50 seconds is fine, right, chat? Here, look at Upside Down Blackwings. They're upside down now.
Oh my god, they're Australian.
Yeah, I thought about it, but I didn't say anything. Thanks for taking the ball.
Hey, I don't mind any upside down jokes.
Drug being it.
What?
Soccer kicking. I don't know. What upside down sports do you play down there?
AFL, NRL, which is rugby. Sorry, football, rugby, soccer. I played croquet a few weeks ago.
Anyway, hi, welcome back to Failed Portrayal. This is the unintentional part 2 of Blackwings, because we did Blackwings, and it was like 3 hours. And it was like 3 hours, by the way, with not a full cast, because Alex is back to his regularly scheduled tabletop, so, you know, he should join us shortly, but we'll have to leave, like, an hour in, depending. Loth is here, obviously, because you can hear him, though you were a little...
Hello.
I think you were a little late to Blackwings 1. Gwyn is a question mark right now. Good.
Yeah, I think I had something on at that time, so I couldn't make it.
Yeah. Yeah, Gwyn is a question mark right now. She said her internet's acting up, so that's like a big maybe. And I think Dallas is still sick, allegedly. Like, I think he was saying that his schedule might be a little more free, but also he has been ill because he works with children of nondescript ill ages. But I did realize that something we do kind of talk about usually is Genesis. But I think last week I said I probably wouldn't go into too much detail because it was just me alone to cruise for kind of the somber intro. We'll be a little slightly less somber this time. We're still going to be a little. But hopefully we're going to be more freaky and or geeky. But I might touch on some Genesis stuff. Like if you know, Gwyn shows up and not. Just know that I'm aware of the points list, and generally a lot of people seem good. I'm just thinking of it today because to let everybody in stream chat know. I should shoot an @ as well in Discord. That's a thing I do. And it's at everyone.
You have the power to do so.
You will watch the streams. It doesn't actually seem to be helping. So it probably just means that like 90% of the people in the Discord have the announcements tab muted. But I'm putting in the effort to be like, nah, dude, if you're hanging out in my Discord, which is indeed, you know, by some fraction, my community Discord, I at least am the lead admin because I am the server owner because I set it up, you know. But so if you're hanging out in the Discord server that I quote-unquote own, I should at least want you to have to look at when I do something like on YouTube, like at least glance at it, perceive that it's happening, and you have to make the conscious choice to ignore me and leave me unopened.
Wait, someone's joined. Oh my god. It's him.
Hey, it's X.
Sorry, I got delayed.
It's okay.
It's okay.
We're only 4 minutes back. It's fine. I was just letting chat know that we like to yap a little bit about Genesis points, and I'm thinking of it because... sorry, I saw 2 good jokes in the comments. One was Wheel of the Count Cell, and the other was like Will of the Point Cell, because it was on Douglas Zeef's channel, DZeef's channel, but it was PSYGO and MBT were there. But they did like a whole hour-long video. He posted like a mini podcast about the Genesis Point update. What they liked, what they don't like kind of a thing. So, like, I literally watched that at dinner, as I often do with Mr. Zeef's content, because that's... his posts just line up with that. That's going to be tomorrow for Master Saga. But, so I was thinking about it, I was like, oh, we didn't really talk about him in detail. We may or may not check it out later. I'll think about it, but there are a lot of Blackwings to run in, and I feel like this panel would not be as interested in critically examining the points as perhaps some others that joined up. Like if Dallas was here, for instance. I think the only thing to say is... I do want to say that I think, because it's related to the video that just came out, and you should go watch that after the stream, but I do think that Doug Peeps and MBT have it of, like, there's something going on at the Konami team, whether that's Konami in general, you know, in the card game department, or at specifically the Genesis department, there are some lines kind of talking about, DeFi, Dimension Fissure, is like a card that is super negatively talked about in the format, and the blog post that comes to point updates, they did assign it 10 points from 0 to 10. So now to play a playset of Dimensional Fissure, which you have to do because it's a unsearchable 3 of, so like you need to play 3. It's now 30 points total, which is a decent hit, but unfortunately for a lot of decks, the way DeFi works is that it is kind of like... Sorry, let me actually start this sentence over again and say it from the context. The boys make an argument that I think I agree with, that Konami doesn't think of DeFi, Macrocosmos, Dimensional Shifter necessarily as floodgates. They think of them more as counterplay or sideboard cards, and they are pointing them accordingly. And the argument is that DeFi is more of a floodgate because the way it works is that at the very least it usually turns off hand traps because those have to be sent to graveyard to activate their effects. It's annoying that that's how replacement works, that like you activate effect where it would normally send to graveyard, and because Macro or DeFi is on the board, it says that it goes to banishment instead. You don't get your effect. That's just like a rulings thing that would probably make Macro and DeFi way shittier if they did it that way. Like if they made it so that your opponent's effect that changes the destination of your card doesn't affect you as the player. You intended to send it to graveyard, and only after it, was sent to graveyard, it's relocated, but that's like a complicated rulings thing that would probably hurt a lot of people's brains. Anyway. The general rule is that, like, that's the minimum, right, is that shuts off hand traps. I'm sorry, I flew my throat.
Careful.
But also for some decks that are, like, more graveyard-focused or, like, don't interact with their banishment at all and need to, like, recycle materials or whatever, or have certain effects that require sending to graveyard, it's just, like, you can't do anything. It's basically a floodgate, and so I do kind of understand their argument. I think they're a little harsh on, like, the person writing the blog because, like, if you understand that that's their sentiment of, like, why this conversation is, it has some lines where they're like, the card, is most hated in the format. It is, people have been wringing their hands, etc., but the play rate's been super low because lots of decks can't. You can't DeFi yourself, right, if you have a deck that doesn't play under DeFi? So,
I don't know.
that's kind of where it is. Well, you probably don't have any problems because, you can't play those cards in Genesis. You probably don't have this negative opinion of Dimensional Fissure because you play a lot of Pendulum decks, and Pendulum decks, if those are being played correctly, they don't go to the graveyard anyway, so DeFi doesn't replace them. That's why you can play in Master Duel right now Dimensional Fissure in Enneacraft. I don't personally, because what the fuck do I care? There's one hand trappable card. Good.
There have been instances, even with my Pendulum deck, I have been DeFi'd, and it does fuck up some lines.
Yeah, it
So
shuts
it's
off some
possible.
lines, but it is it is a card that, like I said, I think is annoying, but that is
Because
it is a philosophy
sorry.
thing, right?
Because, yeah, usually it's just like, oh, hey, send to bench instead of graveyard. That still sometimes... Oh, sorry. That still
Yeah.
sometimes affects Pendulums, because, like, fucking Dark Law is so awful to go against, because it's just... Even if they
Well,
would
yeah,
go
'cause
to
it'll-
extra...
The snipe effect is from your hand, so, like, you can still get Dark Lawed, and then get your card banished because they did the thing where, like, oh, you added something to your hand, Dark Law, destroys a random card in your hand. Oh, by the way, it's Dark Law, so if that was a monster, banished.
Oh, no.
Like-
I just mean, like, the Dark Law thing of things go to banish instead of graveyard. That still affects Pendulums. If it's destroyed and meant to go to the extra deck, it goes banished.
I actually don't think that's correct.
Well, either Master Duel has a weird coding thing, or I'm just misremembering. Could be the second one. Feel free to.
I mean,
call
like
me
I
out in the
said,
comments below.
Pendulum cards only go to extra deck if they're destroyed on the field when they're, like, activated. So, like I said, it is possible that, like, your cards were getting hit. It may also be that they were technically, like, being destroyed as spell cards, and Dark Law might be all cards, so that might be different. Dimensional Fissure specifically only says monster cards, so like decks that play in certain ways. I actually was playing in the YCS qualifiers on Master Duel, not because I think I'm going to a World Championship, but because they're trying to incentivize people to play the World Championship qualifiers by giving you a fuck ton of gems. Like, it is... Which is fair. That actually incentivized me to play. Otherwise, I would skip this, because why the fuck would I play a high-level competitive event when I'm sure I am not making high-level competitive decks? But they're like... No, dude, play in it, then, you know, you can get like 500 gems if you play in it like 20 times. And I'm like, okay. That's worth looking at. But yeah, like, it's one of those things, like I said, where like, Genesis Point List is treating Dimensional Fissure as a counter card, or a sideboard card, not a floodgate card. I understand the argument that a lot of players see it as a floodgate. I personally have been very harsh on Macrocosmos. In you know, previous years, because it really just like fucks up the entire game of Yu-Gi-Oh to make it so that like it is instead, you know.
Yeah.
Like I actually genuinely believe that a lot, like, despite the fact that Macrocosmos and DeFi are both from like GX, I feel like people designing in subsequent years of Yu-Gi-Oh forgot those cards are real and like fuck up a lot of interactions. Artifact Lancia went from like 0 to 1, and like that's a hand trap, but that means that says neither player can banish cards instead. And again, that's kind of like, if you're playing the wrong deck, that's a floodgate. That's just, you don't do anything this turn. So like, on the one hand, I understand like why it is that people are against like this not being out there, and it can feel a little like mean-spirited for them to call it out, but also, like, this is the tone that Genesis has had about future things. Genesis blog updates and point updates, which gave us the, you know, YouTube clickbait combo dimension, right? That's where that line comes from. So, like, the posts are a little irreverent already, and people are just mad this time because they're pointing their based Soyjak Chungus finger at you and not at some other guy who's, like, wringing their hands about a YouTube combo FTK. I do think that, like, I think there will still be enough pressure from the fan base to be like if Konami asks, hey, why haven't you tried Genesis? Say it's because Dimension Shifter is legal at 3 and Dimensional Fissure is legal at 3. Like, just, you know, if that's why you didn't play the format, say that's why you didn't, because you can play those dumbass banish cards. You know, bring that stuff up.
Treating banishment, or having banished stuff and like making it really accessible, like, oh hey, remember how fucking awful I say awful, but you know, people would disagree how awful playing Kashtira against Kashtira was, unless you were running the fucking
also
match.
they wouldn't. The original, like the no hits Kashtira format where you were also playing like 3 of every name, you were playing both of the Xyz, you know, Aurai's Heart and Shangri Era, and you got to play Diabolosis the Mind Hacker, the, like, 7 Psychic Banisher. Like, no, people didn't like that format. That format sucked ass. Like, unrestricted Kashtira, just banish your whole deck face down. It was not cool.
Like, I hate Runic because it is a mill deck, but
yeah,
at least sometimes there's something you can do with the graveyard. There's not much you can do with banishment unless your deck is centered around it, which, yeah. Oh no, that's what Kashtira does. Anyway, sorry.
I get what you mean. Like, it can be rough depending. I think there's a lot of other stuff to say in the Genesis points list, but like I said, we got a lot of Blackwings to run through, so I don't want to, like, bog us down forever. You know, I'm vamping a little to see if, like, Gwyn's internet gets it together, but the more I vamp, like, the less axe time we have also, so it's like a push and pull. So we'll start talking about some Blackwings now, chat. I'll throw them up on screen. Sorry, right click to open a gallery, and it didn't open. That was weird. I guess I lost track of that tab.
It's turning magpies off screen.
But yeah, like I said, there's more to talk about Genesis that's interesting. Like, they're decreasing Sword Soul. I think they've actually decreased enough points in, like, Dragon Maid that it's playable now. Which was, like, it was kind of funny that, like, they were a little worried, you know, that, like, Shu Pass would be too good for their, you know, funny haha side format. But that's, like, it's not good enough for advanced format, so like it should be good in Genesis kind of a thing, right? Like I think that's actually the idea is like if decks have no hits and are not seeing top play in advanced, they do not necessarily need hits in Genesis just because. It should be because they actually like are good. But to do Blackwings now, we talked about basically sorry, really phlegmy for some reason.
They're trying to assassinate him in real life.
It's poison winds. But last time, collectively, we got through all of the original anime Blackwings, and a couple of the ones that were just normal Blackwings that were peppered in, like in Arc 5. There were a couple of non-assault Blackwings added in Arc 5 that were important. There were some like original 5Ds anime Blackwings that weren't printed until like just before Pendulum format, like mid to early 2014. So like that's funny that they like delayed a little to print them, but most of the cards we talked about last time were from the original anime run. So the way I want to do this now is in terms of timing, we're going to talk about the manga Blackwings because the Blackwings exclusive to the 5Ds manga, which has very different. Well, maybe not very different, but it has notable plot differences and vibe differences to the anime, as most Yu-Gi-Oh! Manga adaptations do. The manga for series that weren't not Master Duel Monsters, 2 MD pills, but the basically all except the original Kaz manga are made after the fact, so like they're different. It's kind of like how FGO ones go. But the cards were released in paper in between the original 5Ds run and the Arc 5 run. So we're just going to scrungle down some of these guys. And because they were in the manga, they have slightly different aesthetics. This is Blackwing, Damascus, the Polar Knight. And the wiki says that he's named for Damascus Steel. If he is named for Damascus Steel, that's a little goofy. That's probably correct because most of the other manga guys are like named after swords for some reason, or at least weapons. A couple of them are named after like Hindu like Astra weapons, which are technically bows, but like they're named after mostly blades. So like that makes sense. But one, his sword isn't made of Damascus steel. Damascus or Woots steel, I think, is the more preferred term these days. Has a very distinct look. That's not it. Also, why the fuck then is he of the Polar Knight?
The Polar Knights?
Yeah, not with a K. This guy's not a Polar Knight. He's the Polar Knight. Like, all the manga guys are named after, instead of being named after weather necessarily, they're named after, like, times of day or like, celestial phenomena, which do happen in the sky but are not weather. It's just, I don't know why this guy's Damascus the Polar Knight. It's weird.
Because it sounds cool.
Otherwise...
It probably is. It's always, like, some sky relative thing.
Well, yeah, no, but I mean, it's like, why did they pick... It's I'm sorry. Let me clarify for the two other people on the chat, so they know what I'm saying. This guy is named after Damascus Steel. Damascus Steel is named after Damascus, the city in Syria, which is notably not near either of the poles. So, why is this guy Damascus, as in Damascus Steel or Damascus, the city in Syria, neither of which this design says anything about, and the Polar Knight? It doesn't make any sense. Fire whatever man came up with this name.
Oh, I get it. It's because one is named because he has a literal metal sword, compared to everyone else would have like a weird like bone-style weapon or like a weird club thing. He has like a sword.
No, that's what I'm saying. This is the manga. They're all named after swords. Our next guy is Gladius the Midnight Sun, and then there's Chris the Crack of Dawn.
Oh.
And then Graham, and then Nothung. Like, all the manga guys, I was saying that earlier, all the manga guys are named after blades. So, like, that's why they changed the naming scheme.
Then it's some Japanese thing of thinking, like, Damascus only made big swords.
I guess, because he is just, like, Kokia no Damasku. So, like, I guess, like, the person writing the manga just thought Damascus was the cool name for a sword. But it's like, it's real bad. It's very nonsensical in English, and also probably in Arabic.
I will also say that like Damascus is like pop culturally known mostly as a metal used to make blades, like in knives and swords.
Well, yeah, but also that's what I said though. It's another thing I brought up. It's he does not have a Damascus steel blade.
That's probably just really hard to draw at that size.
I mean, maybe. Like, this is taken from a manga panel, so, like, it is, like, harder to do it in that detail. As you're one of the, like, there's only, like, 6 of these guys, I think, from the manga. I think it might actually be 8. Yeah, it's actually 8. Close. But, like, I don't know. It's just one of those cases where we're starting with the one who's got the weirdest naming scheme. Also, like, I find it very funny that, like, Japan has I was gonna say Japanese, but just Japan in general, has, like, a kanji combination and word pronunciation for, which is translated literally as polar night, despite the fact that Japan is also not that near the poles. Their latitude's a little high. Like, it gets cold in Ezofuji, but yeah. But Damascus is a loan word. Now, that's probably why it's called Damascus, because it is a loan word, and like I said, the person writing and drawing the manga probably didn't know. It just, is known as a high-quality sword, I guess. The other thing I want to say is that, so, this is our first look at the guys in the manga. We're already, like, not, I want to say, hugely different aesthetics, but this guy has notably different vibes than the previous Blackwings. This is a full-blown bird man. Like, he is definitely not just a dude in a mask, right? Like, this is a guy who has a human chest, and no other parts of his body are human other than he has bird thumbs. He has weird back wings, so he's got like 6 limbs, but like this is a proper bird man. Turning it law.
Yep. We're waiting for
Harvey then.
So it's like it's that I don't want to call it as being weird. It's just interesting that like the manga is clearly going in a different direction. Something I also want to say where we kind of like the manga is like really changing the aesthetics of Blackwings is, so normally in the original anime run, the way Blackwings worked is the smaller guys, especially the tuners, but sometimes the non-tuners, the smaller guys would be, the 3 stars would be more like weird bird creatures, and then the 4 stars and up would be the bird guys. This guy's a level 3 winged beast. This guy has the exact same stats, in fact, as Gale the Whirlwind. 13,700. Yeah, this guy is the same stat line as Gale. Unfortunately, also, probably why nobody's ever wondered why he's Damascus the Polar Knight before, his effect is, like, arguably kind of bad. During either player's turn, you can discard this to target a Blackwing monster you control. It gains 500 attack until the end phase. It's basically a, like, jankier Kalute. It has other purposes because there are sometimes effects which are, like, based around targeting certain attack values, so you do get to change it as a quick play because it is a quick effect because it is during either player's turn. But it's not as much attack gain as, like, a Kalute. Now, this was printed in 2012 originally. Like, in Japan, and came around as, like, a core card in, like, Cosmo Blazer in, like, the late Xyz era. So, like, we did talk about this. Kalute was limited 1 for a while, so, like, this card's effect just being bad Kalute is, like, I understand, but also it's just bad Kalute. Like, that's all he is. I think this guy is just Kalute in the manga because they didn't want to use Kalute.
You know what this is? This is the kind of fucking promo they release as part of a thing, and then they go, have it now, it's part of a limited thing, and then everyone just goes, oh, this was worthless.
Well, guess what, Loth? You're actually correct. All the OCG printings of that card are promos.
Yep.
It was released in a core set, in the TCG, because the TCG was like, nobody want to promo this shit. But it was for Psycho V-Jump, and then for Jump Festa in, like, promo packs. And then it was released in, like, a tournament pack later. They just put it in Cosmo Blazer in a core set as a rare, because, like, the TCG was like, nobody wants this shit.
usually when you see a card like this, especially if it's like manga only, like my brain immediately goes to this was like a fucking promo.
You sense
somewhere.
it. You sense he's a weird promo. All right, now get a load of this guy. This guy's name makes a lot more sense. This is Blackwing Gladius the Midnight Sun. Also, by the way, that is a localization choice. This guy's name in the OCG is Byakuya no Gradisu. Gladius of the White Knight. That's what Byakuya means literally. So, like,
Okay.
Midnight Sun is kind of like a thematic translation that works, but if you understand that he's like Byakuya no Gladius, knowing also that Byakuya is the Japanese translation of a famous sword, it may have been a sword soul.
Ah,
Heh.
Well, no, actually, Loth, if you were present, probably mentally blocked out every Sword Soul from our Sword Soul episode because we have done all the Abyss cards. But
Yes.
if you don't know, Kancho and Byakuya, Emiya's two swords he uses the Japanese names because they're copies of very famous Chinese swords, which their original Chinese names, one of them is Moye. I don't remember which one. But the other one is also a different Sword Soul. So anyway, this guy is also probably a reference to that. But he has two short swords. He's got a cool scar. He's wearing armor, which is like a little unusual. Like, this guy is still a very like different look from a Blackwing, but he's a little closer, I think, than Damascus because he's got like, you know, the feathered head crest and stuff. But he is just a birdman, a man bird. Any other comments about Gladius' appearance?
if you told me this was a paladin of White Knight's persona, I'd believe it.
It's a funny one.
I don't know what to say to that, honestly.
Oh, okay. Sorry. So that's weird. Sorry, I just realized there's a manga Blackwing that's not printed. There's a level 1 tuner called Jewel the New Moon, or Jure the New Moon. That's not been printed.
Huh.
I'll show his manga art on screen for a second. It's the manga, so like nobody actually has any effects in Yu-Gi-Oh manga. Like they don't write effect text on them. But
It's
that
always
means
the bit I said it.
it's a weird one that they haven't like then imported that guy to the TCG, the OCG, because then you could write whatever. But yeah, so Gladius's effect is he's another level 3, which is an interesting one, but he's a level 3 with 800 attack and 1500 defense, more defense. And it says if the only face-up monster you control is a Blackwing other than Gladius the Midnight Sun, you can special summon this card from your hand. Once per turn, this card can't be destroyed by battle. Kind of a bad card, you know, once per turn battle protection on a guy who's only got 1500 attack is not that great. In the context of probably like a 5Ds era manga, it's alright, you know, sticking around a little. But this is a card that, like, if you just normal summon a tuner, you can special summon him to get a 3 on board. That's not terrible. You know,
Yeah.
you can make it work. They have better cards
At
for
least
that, but
taste.
this card was printed in, like, again, was printed in Cosmo Blazer. So, you know, for 2012, it's okay.
Yeah.
So, I'll show y'all what, Jewel the New Moon looks like. He's supposed to be named after, I think, a type of guitar. Also, that's another thing where, like, the manga Blackwings are weird because, like, Gladius obviously is Latin, but, you know, the Roman Empire did get pretty far spread out. Almost all the rest of their names are from, like, you know, Southeast Asia somewhere. Like, Damascus steel was actually more, like, that's why they say Woot steel is a more common, is a better name, because it was actually, like, mostly made in India. Jewel is named after a Qatar, an Indian sword. Chris the Crack of Dawn, which is the next actual card they printed, is named after, you know, the Kris, which is a type of a dagger from Southeast Asia. Pinaka and Sharnga are named after Hindu gods' bows. And then you've got Graham and Nothung kind of out of nowhere. I kind of feel like the manga was just, you know, firing on whatever they thought was neat. My God, I forgot what the fuck Chris the Crack of Dawn looked like. Okay, While I'm pulling him up, does anybody? We don't have any like. There's no effect for this guy. He's just a level 1 500. But does anybody have anything they want to say about our boy Jewel here?
It's too low res for me.
He's looking like he's about to try to go Super Saiyan with his hairstyle. He's got a very Saiyan-esque hair.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Anyway, let's go to a guy who is indeed full res. Chris, the Crack of Dawn. And hey.
I didn't know the blade in his hand was just like a metal tree branch.
Is he like a weird Tengu?
Well, no, he's so okay. If you don't know what a crease dagger looks like,
I know it has the wavy pattern, but I'm not used to it being like also having like I guess like
so the handle like his handle's like very undetailed, but I don't know. Yeah, the Chris is in that. I'm not showing the sheath. But like that's not too far from their depiction. Like they have a couple of different ways they can be built, but like I literally fired up, the old Google, and that's like the first image result. There is a whole typology, so they can be straight, they can be curvy. The curvy kind is the most commonly known, but they don't have super long handles. They're designed to be one-handed. Like I said, usually they're a little more decorated and ceremonial, but his is pretty primitive. Asking if he's supposed to be a kind of Tengu. So, no. Remember, he's named after a Kris, which is a type of dagger from Java. It's used in pencak silat from Indonesia. So he is, Indonesian. The mask he's wearing is like Balinese depictions of Garuda.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like he's very like Southeast Asian in design terms. But this does unfortunately make him look a little freakier because like those kinds of like ceremonial masks are like designed to be a little spooky with like the big eyes. But yeah, it's like it's pretty normal. He's got the pants and everything. He's doing his best.
It is really funny seeing a bird man with a bird mask.
Yeah, I think based on the way the other guys look, like that mask is actually form-fitting to his beak. Like he has a beak under there. He just wears a mask over it.
Is a Blackwing looking at this guy like seeing fucking Leatherface? No, I like him. He's weird, and that's why I like him.
Yeah, no, like like I said, when I first grabbed his full size art, I was like, oh, but then actually looking at him, like, nah, actually, I like this better than like Gladius or Damascus. Maybe this is why I'm like weirded out by Damascus.
He's about to tell you a fun fact.
Yeah, fun fact. This is a ceremonial dagger used in pencak silat. Like this, stabs you.
What's the fun fact?
What's the fun fact? Also, fun fact, this card is probably the best. I know we've only talked about like 2.5 cards. This is probably the best card we've talked about so far. This is a level 4 with 1900 attack and 300 defense. And if you control a Blackwing other than Chris the Crack of Dawn, you can special summon him from your hand. You can only special summon him once per turn this way, but he is a free special summon of a 1900 guy, which is like way more up to date than several of the cards we talked about before.
Yeah. I think I've seen him used in Master Duel here and there.
No, like I said, he's a free special summon, and he's pretty good because he's also a good normal because he has 19, so like Black Whirlwind searches. But also, the first time this card would be on the field would be destroyed by spell traps each turn, it isn't.
Only spell and traps. Okay.
Yeah, no. So not by monster effect and not by battle, but spell trap destruction, has been very popular in 5Ds, been very popular later. This guy took a while to come out in paper. This guy actually, like I said, he is a manga card, so he was in the manga earlier, but he wasn't printed until the new Arc 5 era support was coming out anyway. But like There's still some spell trap destruction. There's some stuff out there.
Well, I mean, if you throw him down, you can just immediately black hole. A dark
True,
hole.
yeah. You can. He will survive your own board breakers if you need to. I mean, obviously, like you would just play Dark Hole without summoning anything, but you know.
True, yeah.
He works in the case of like you could, for instance, summon him into a torrential tribute you have set and not have to worry about him dying, and then you know, he's got a pretty high attack, so you could add something off Black Whirlwind kind of a thing. Wow, okay, so this guy, I feel like I've never seen this guy before, but he's actually, like, as old as Chris. Spelled the same way as Deltarune Chris, I believe, if you're keeping track at home, guys.
That reminds me, I need to catch up. I haven't watched anything past, or anyone play past Chapter 2. I'm so far behind. I do feel like I need to apologize or wonder, because it says 2 watching now. Is that just me and Axe, or is that just the usual thing of like, because I'm not actively watching?
Yeah, I don't, like, the numbers phased up and down. That probably means that people are tabbed out. Tab back in and say something in chat if you're here, chat. I'm sorry, I paused for a second. I was having a side conversation, and there was a very loud thunder outside. So, as usual, if you are watching the stream and the stream disconnects, don't worry, I will be back. It will just take a second. Even if God strikes me down, I'll be back. It'll just take a second, because we have a fucking whole house generator.
I'll be back.
Shit, actually, I forgot to. I should have. I last time that happened, I remember that I didn't plug my monitor into the battery backup side of my new ups. But I don't want to do that in the middle of stream. That's a thing I have to remember to do later. Anyway, goodbye, Chris. Hello, this guy. This one is Pinaki the Waxing Moon. So, also to put this in, Pinaki is named after Pinaka, the celestial bow wielded by Shiva.
Okay, yeah, that's why he's got a bow, okay.
Yeah, that said, this is a little unimpressive for named after Shiva, and also might be culturally insensitive? I'm not sure. I don't really know what's going on with him. I know he's got a weird turban.
Yeah.
Is it bad that my
not
first
actually
thought
Indian.
was did they just combine Aladdin and Iago into the same person?
Iadon. Alago.
God.
Anyway, I see why this guy is not popular. This is a card that could be good now, but was definitely bad when he was printed in 2015 in Premium Gold Return of the Bling. So this one's more cartoony, so that means you can tell he's a tuna. But he is a Dark-Winged Beast, level 3 tuna. 1200 attack, 1000 defense, so pretty easy searchable. He can't be used as synchro material except for a Blackwing. I do not know what they were thinking about that one. Blackwings already has multiple generic 3 tuners that are good. I don't know what your problem is, man. Anyway, during the end phase of this card in your graveyard, because it's sent there this turn, you can add a Blackwing from your deck to your hand, except Pinaki. You can only use this effect once per turn. This card's bad.
I guess the graveyard effect is useful, but yeah, I can...
I mean, here's the problem with the graveyard effect is you're playing Blackwings, and especially if you're playing more recent Blackwings, you don't really need an end phase search, right? You're playing Blackwings. You may have up to 3 Black Whirlwinds on the board right now. So, like,
True.
You usually don't need help searching. I like the concept, but this guy feels like he's from that phase. It's a thing we talk about, right, sometimes, where some Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards are designed too fair. They don't break the game action economy enough to actually be playable. This is one of those. Why is he only limited to Blackwings, especially when Blackwings don't have a lot of synchro targets? The manga cards only add, like, 2? So we're at like 5 named Blackwing synchros in this era. So like that really limits your extra deck choices. And the search is like okay, but it's not great. Like, I honestly think the strength of the Blackwing deck was the fact that, like, they were dark tuners a lot, and they were dark non-tuners, so you could use, like, Gale and them all to make some interesting extra deck choices.
There is only one thing that saves this card for me, in my opinion, and that's imagining fucking Gilbert Gottfried saying something like, "Face the wrath of Shiva."
You have betrayed Shiva. Ah. It's not a very good Gilbert Gottfried. I could probably do it better if I tried.
Nah, I'm not going to attempt it. I would. It would just be blasphemous.
It'd be painful. Now, this next guy, I'm pretty sure I have actually seen. That could just be because he's cute, but I think also this one's more playable. So, that was Pinaki. This is Sharnga of the Waning Moon.
Okay, I see the cute part.
And Sharnga is named after Sharanga, Vishnu's god. Vishnu's bow. Vishnu is a god. So, no, it's pretty cute. It's got a flaming crown. Got big old eyes. Looks a lot more like a Blackwing tuner. His bow is like a dragon, I think.
With the flaming crown, if you told me this was like a weird Fire King adjacent card, I'd believe it. Anything you want to add, Axe?
Oh, it's just kind of like a small cutesy thing. It makes you think about the card that didn't get made.
Yeah, honestly, he's very similar. So, Sharnga is a level 2 tuner, but he's also 500/500. Sharnga says if a monster with 2,000 or more attack is on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon him once this way. If you control a Blackwing Synchro monster, quick effect, banish this card from your graveyard, target a face-up card your opponent controls, destroy it. You can only use this effect once per duel. So, Sharnga is a way better card than Pinaki. 2,000 or more attack, that works as basically a reverse Cyber Dragon. Like, if you're going second and your opponent has a big guy on their end board, free summon. But also, he's a level 2 tuner, so if you make a, level 5 or 6 Synchro, you can then summon Sharnga and then go to, a level, 7 or 8 Synchro. And then if you make Blackwing Synchros, he's a quick effect pop, once per duel, but still, that can be a great form of interaction. This is a much better card, and I think I've seen this guy in lists even, recently. So, very interesting to see, one guy's, kind of a nothing burger card, and then another guy is like, oh, that's actually, that's doing things. Once per duel is, a little tough, but it's a quick effect pop, so, it's, you throw him in there for effect. God, sorry.
Hey, Dallas.
Dallas did show up. Yay, he's not dead.
I'm dead. No.
I'm not dead.
I'm not dead yet.
We're talking about Blackwings. And I'm really thinking to myself that, man, the manga Blackwings are, real different from the anime designs.
Yeah, they have a... So, I don't know if you talked about this. It's really funny, because, the Blackwings in the normal set are just kind of dudes.
Yeah.
I think it's fair to say, they're kind of dudes. With the manga ones, I feel like they were going for some specific sort of cultural thing.
I did actually ask out loud before you got on the stream.
Isn't
looking
Sharnga? I'm fairly certain Sharnga is. That's a Hindu thing, isn't it?
Yes, Sharnga is named after Vishnu's bow, and the previous one, Pinaki, is named after Pinaka, Shiva's bow. I did say when we looked at Pinaki of the waxing moon, I was like, this feels like cultural, some sort of cultural insensitivity, because he was a little guy with a turban and an earring and a vest, and I'm like, I don't even think that's Hindu.
No, that's Sikh.
Yeah,
this one at least looks vaguely Hindu-ish.
Well, funny enough,
this guy
is Blackwing Graham the Shining Star.
Oh no, not that one. I meant
Yeah,
Sharanga.
you're still looking at Sharanga. Yeah, Sharanga looks more Hindu.
Is his fucking crossguard a foot?
Yes.
Oh god.
The
Chicken foot
handle
knight.
of his sword is shaped like a bird foot. Shaped like one of his
This
feet,
looks
I
bad.
think.
We can all agree on this, right? Like this just looks
it's
bad.
It's kind of bad. Like, I don't think it's poorly made. I just think that the design is not great. He has really big shoulders. The sword is like very weird with the chicken foot handle.
Once again, I would say the majority of bad Yu-Gi-Oh card designs, as opposed to bad Magic card designs, is not a consequence of like this art is bad. It is a consequence of this idea is bad.
And like the weird thing is like he's a guy now, right? Like this is just an armored knight who also is a bird, whereas all of the rest of the manga Blackwings we looked at were definitely anthropomorphic birds. This is just a guy.
No, he is also an anthropomorphic bird, man. He just doesn't have an anthropomorphic bird head, because I'm pretty sure the feathers are on part of his body.
Yeah, I guess they're coming out of his arm. Like they're drawn like he could just be wearing gloves and boots because he has weird like armlets or leglets. Like he's got these weird like roundels around his limbs.
Okay,
but he has wings on his back.
If that's the case, that is literally the stupidest design ever, because that implies he is wearing two different kinds of armor, one of which are feathered. Like that.
No, it's probably just jewelry,
better.
which is unfortunately placed like right at where his limbs come out of his armor. Which, chat, you wouldn't want to do that. You would constantly be banging your bangles against your own armored shorts or sleeves if you were doing that.
The best part about this, if we think about like those bits as extra armor or something he wears, he's wearing gauntlets in the shape of talons that and his fingers are just in there.
No, like I said, it's probably he just has bird arms and legs, but there's enough ambiguity in design that could be true. Also, he has a weird bird ponytail. Like that's just okay, sure. I'm not a fan. It's not like I said, it's not awful. It doesn't make me go, ugh, but it's like this is not. I don't know.
This kind of does make me go. This kind of does make me go.
You know what would make this better? The fucking helmet visor, whatever it is, down.
Like,
yeah, making him look more like a metal bird. I'm a big fan of Skarmory. We could make that work.
I'll say this. I dislike this in the same way that I dislike a lot of the Destiny heroes and evil heroes.
I mean, it is a little.
It's the same kind.
It's a little try hard. I mean, obviously, like I think it is supposed to be edgy because the 5Ds manga is kind of edgy.
The edgy. I've given up on complaining about edginess. That's not my main complaint. My main complaint is just it's overcooked. It's overdone. There's too many things.
It makes you think of like the weirdest way to describe this to me is it makes you think about like a Saint Seiya character, but like a Western comic thing where it's like an alt cover by like a signature artist in like a different culture.
Yeah, it's like we took the original aesthetic and then we had somebody else draw it, and it comes out a little weird. Because like I think Dallas, you're correct about it being a little over designed because like all those golden flourishes are like he has weird golden feathers embossed on the outside of his armor. I think that's what those are supposed to be, and that's just weird. You didn't need that detail.
It just reminds me of like a late 90s, early 2000s comic book character design of like you are trying way too much.
Now, the unfortunate problem is that for Graham the Shining Star, this guy, like, for many years was mission critical.
Yeah.
Like, he was pretty rare because he was only in, like, special editions and, like, promo cards. They did finally reprint him, like, for everybody in Crystal Revenge in, like, 2022. But, like, this would have been an important card if you wanted to play Blackwing in, like, 2014 or 2013 when he was supposed to originally come out. This guy is a level 5... synchro, 2200 attack, 1500 defense. Completely generic, one tuner, one or more non-tuners. Must first be synchro summoned, but when this card is synchro summoned, you can summon a level 4 or lower Blackwing from non-tuner Blackwing from your hand, but its effects are negated. So, like, this guy just, like, is a level 5, which is pretty easy to make, and while it has to be a non-tuner, it summons a fresh guy from your hand, so it, like, sets up extension.
Thankfully, this card has just been completely power crept.
Yeah, no, they've replaced him, but like for a long time, as like a relatively rare printing, like as you know, like a manga promo card and only in special editions. Like this guy was a guy to be after. All right, let me. Okay, what I think of our next guy is going to look a lot like of like what he actually looked. No, I was like, I'm not sure how I feel about this guy. Because the scan was a ghost rare, but no, I'm. So this is No Thung the Starlight.
Oh, okay.
So I should say this. By the way, Chad, if you didn't get it, I'd be surprised a little, but Graham is the sword of Siegfried.
Yeah.
No Thung is also the sword of Siegfried, but only usually in the context of killing Fafnir. It has multiple names. So they're both named after the same thing. I think that the sword on No Thung is a little more impressive. The rest of this, though, I'm like, not as much of a fan of.
I actually really like this design.
You would. This to me, I'm just like, it feels like such a weird departure from even the other manga Blackwings, and this is different than how he looked in the manga as well. I'm just like, he puts me off with his evil and intimidating aura.
I feel weird about it because it's like I have like loft offense, but I have a U style answer to say.
Okay, let's see if you're correct. Is it?
It reminds me. For some reason, its face reminds me of fucking Power Rangers Zeo. Like that fucking his face.
Oh fuck! I see it. Oh no!
And like the bangle, and like the collar. Weird.
And like the gold collar.
I just like the design. Like
it's like a fucking star.
I guess I'm of the opinion that Blackwings as an archetype are so all over the place that I don't really care about archetype theme breaking.
I also need to bring up the point that like this thing is full of so many fucking flat shapes. Like the sword is mostly a flat image except for the tip of it, and the wings in the back like a flat thing too, where it's like a 2D. It's like 2D thing on top of 3D image.
The shading is a little weird, and I think that's part of why, like I said, he has. I make the joke about the evil and intimidating aura. Let me see if I can grab the like.
There's also no like.
Also JoJo's.
He's also gripping like the blade, the bottom of the blade of like that weird ass sword. Because it's like,
this
that thing feels
right?
fucking shoddy.
Yes, no, actually, when you said that, I was gonna.
This is just a stand.
So the cutout is small, so I'm gonna make it a little bigger. But this is how when this card showed up in the manga, his card art looked. So like it's a little blurry, but like this is silly, but like feels more like the other Blackwings. Like. He's doing a more normal pose, and like Dallas said, in the actual release art, he's stanced up like a JoJo stand, and like I don't hate it, but it's definitely like weird.
My thing is like I associate Blackwings with just a hodgepodge of anything.
They're just they're like bird warriors or bird things.
As long as I vaguely get bird from it, I'm like, yeah, that works with Blackwings.
Because like, Blackwings are kind of
though, Dallas, like
Perform Age, where there's a soup of things.
You missed our first Blackwings episode. You were too busy dying. But the original 5D's Blackwings were like fairly consistent. The tuners were little guy birds, and then the non-tuners, the level 4s and up, usually were dudes wearing bird costumes. Usually, like they had like masks on. Some of them were a little weird. But most of them were, like, pretty consistent. The manga, again, kind of breaks that a little, and then we're going to keep going with, like, advancements.
This one kind of fits into me, and maybe this is just, like... I feel like this and Graham fit the kind of, like, bird-wearing bird costume aesthetic that... Like, bird person wearing bird costume. I just think that this one is just designed better than Graham. Because it's, like... Once again, it's
you
simpler,
can say that though, but
it's
like
more cohesive.
Graham was like a guy. This guy is a bird. Like he has a bird head, and then he's wearing a collar.
But he has like a human torso and
I think his
hands.
neck is. He does actually have human hands, which is a little interesting.
Look,
honestly,
like I
think the main thing that bothers me about this is the weird deep shadows on his face and the thing he's doing with his neck, which is more bird-like, but because he has human shoulders and arms, I'm just like, oh my god, dude, your neck. Like, it looks uncomfortable.
All right, so I mean, just look at chat. Tell me if you don't at least see the comparison.
No. The moment you said it, I got it. Like he.
Oh no, I get
the
it.
weird shadow on his face, like it makes his face look weird. It's like a star or a tri line or something.
Like that.
A trigram?
I don't know. I like that he is an intimidating Birdman.
Hey, you're free to like whatever you like.
This is another guy that I don't, like I said, I don't hate him, but this is another guy that's like pretty important to the Wombo combo. This is another 6 for you to summon.
Oh, you could do so many dumb things with this card.
Yeah, I think you might still see him in some lists, but usually these days he's cut. He is a 6. He has 2400 attack, which I believe is better than Armed Wing.
I'll say this.
6.
If you see him in a Blackwing list, expect fuck shit.
Well, yeah, so if this card is special summoned, he's also completely generic, by the way. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. But if this card is special summoned, inflict 800 damage to your opponent, then one face-up monster your opponent controls loses 800 attack and defense. You can only use this effect once per turn. During your main phase, you can normal summon a Blackwing in addition to your normal summoner set. You can only get this effect once per turn. Yeah, no, I think this guy still makes the cut in certain versions of the deck. An extra normal, keeping in mind how Black Whirlwind works, is really strong. And in fact, I think there might be other cards that trigger normal summons.
And just the ability to Cowboy for game.
Yes, he is just your version of Cowboy for game. He will just dome your opponent for 8 if he's special summoned, period. It is only once per turn, so you can't, like, loop him, but you could, like, make this guy, you know, not dome for 8 or dome for 8, and then later special summon him back. You do actually have tools for that in Blackwing, and then just be like, by the way, there's another 8, you're dead. Like, this guy's pretty good for a 6. Like, this guy is in the conversation.
Yeah. Especially in the decks that, like, lean more into the synchroness.
Yeah. Which
like,
I think, like, that's my preferred
cut.
way of doing Blackwings, but that was a thing we did talk about last time, Dallas, was that, like, I found it a little odd, but on thinking not that odd, for why there was no Blackwing like Link 2. It's because Blackwings never needed any help making Link monsters. Like, they are a deck that is really good at just shitting out a lot of guys on the board, so you could just make a generic
also,
Link 2 if you wanted multiple synchros.
I hate to say this, Blackwings do have a generic. Blackwings do have a Link 2.
Okay,
it's called Raid Raptor Wise-Strix.
Well, no.
That says Dark Winged Beast monster, not
yes,
Raid
Dallas,
Raptor
but
monster.
it's not made for Blackwings. I
know, but it is though.
Which one does Wise-Strix do? Is it search?
It summons
just
a
level
4 Dark Winged Beast from deck.
I mean, that works for Blackwings. I think it's just level 4s because it's Raid Raptors. Yeah, that works because there are a decent amount of good level 4 Blackwings. Normally, you want to normal summon them, but like it can work as an extender. Like I said, you are correct in that it is the generic you would probably prefer for Blackwings. But like I said, Blackwings are a very popular, very dense archetype that usually would make a lot of synchros because they're monster spam decks. But I think that's why Konami didn't need to give them a Link 2 because they're a monster spam deck. You could make fucking...
Yeah.
What's the Wee Witch's Apprentice? I was going to be like, just make the default, 2 dark monsters one, and you're fine. You have 2 arrows. Done.
Wise-Strix didn't used to be that popular in Blackwings until, oh my god, what... I don't remember what pack this is from, so the 2023...
Darkwing Blast cards. Is the last time Blackwings got support, yeah. There
I
are
don't
some
think
pretty
this
good
was
fours
Darkwing Blast. I think this was the one before that.
Oh, did they get
Whichever one had Shamal in it. The level 4 tuner.
Shamal. I'll check. We're not going to... Because that's that was Darkwing Blast, yeah. Darkwing Blast late 2022.
Gotcha.
Yeah, no. Okay. When you get a level 4 tuner, that becomes a lot better. Because before it was your non-tuners. There was like...
Oh, no, this was...
I think their previous level 4 tuner literally says he can't be special.
Yes. No, he's banned.
But yeah, no, like I said, now you would probably play Wise-Strix because it's a really good matchup. But like I said, during the actual Link era, you didn't need a specific archetype Link 2 because you could make any of the good Link 2s. Like I said, you could just make Wee Witch's Apprentice and be fine. Eventually they printed him Dark the Dark Charmer, Do whatever, and you'll be all right.
But yeah, No Thong is pretty much one of the few synchros that's like in every list.
Like I said, not to say that back in the day Armed Wing was a bad card, but Armed Wing is definitely a 5Ds card. He's like 23
it was
or
used
22?
23.
23,
It was used more for you needed a fucking thing and you needed a body than actually something else.
No, like he's a decent Blackwing to make at 6, and like his effect's not awful because he pierces, but No Thung is definitely a better combo piece because like it, if you're going first, you can dome your opponent for 8, and then you can, if you're going second, you can dome them for 8, and then you can also minus 800 a guy. Like there's plenty of room for that to be good.
Yeah. He's
And
just very good.
6 is a very 3+3 is a very strong number for
or
for
4+2.
Blackwings. Or 4+2. It's also another one. Yeah, 4+2 or 3+3 is like really easy to do in Blackwing. And it's funny. I talked about this with Loth earlier. I think part of why Blackwing is a very strong deck, but it was a very strong spam deck for generic synchros because it made lots of good numbers, but they did not have a good selection of in-archetype synchros. Like, Armor Master, he's okay. He's an alright guy. Not full armor, mind you. Like, regular Armor Master. Okay guy. But you have to modulate his attack to get his effect off. Blackwinged Dragon is, like, one of the weakest Signer Dragons,
It's bad.
Like, if
you
not
could just
the
say
weakest,
it's bad.
straight up.
It's very bad. It's the weakest.
Yeah, it is the weakest.
It's the weakest. By
here's the thing.
Biometric hell ton. Because
He was
let's see, Stardust was
actually,
in like
I've
every
completely
deck
forgotten.
in the
Blackwing
Synchro
Dragon
era.
was a 7 or an 8.
Blackwing Dragon's an 8.
Yeah, no. You were by the time that guy came out, Blackwing, you were already making RDA and Stardust. Like, you didn't give a shit.
Yeah. And then the other two Signer Dragons are Power Tool, which is like a decent generic I want to kill you card. You
good for equip
do
decks,
that
with the very funny.
But you could just add it as like a, because it has that, it auto searches that one equipment that gives specifically it or a Morphtronic 1000 attack. But
Yeah, you get to add Power Tool C and D. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. And then Ancient Fairy Dragon is very good.
No, Dallas, you forgot one other 7, which is also iconic. Black Rose. So, like, 7's very good.
No.
The 7s are,
No. Oh my God.
Power Tool is also a 7, or is it an 8?
There's one more, because I forgot. There's one more Signer Dragon that technically might be worse than Blackwing Dragon, because technically Life Stream Dragon is a Signer Dragon.
That's true. They did debone Power Tool Dragon, and that one's not as good. Lifestream, not a very strong card. So but that's your competition. If you can make 7s, Black Rose, phenomenal board wipe, crazy good card. And AFD was banned for a long time because of the stupid shit you could do.
Stardust is in literally like every deck in the Synchro era. Like, you're not competing with that. I mean, I guess maybe like, I still think Red Dragon Archfiend is better than Black Wing Dragon.
No, RDA was definitely better than back in the day. Nowadays, also absolutely better. But even back in the day, no. You go for 8s, you make a 3K guy who also blows up your opponent's whole board. Like, yes, you have to worry about your monsters that don't attack, but you're playing, like, in that context, you're playing Blackwings, and a lot of other decks you're playing, like, attack spammers. What are you not attacking with, Like, you're gonna get some leftover tuners who can't attack? No, you'll be alright. All this to say that, I think it was a conscious decision when they did Arc 5, because we're going to start talking about the Arc 5 cards and the Assault Blackwings now. They wanted to give Blackwings a shitload more unique Synchro monsters, because that's what everybody was doing, and so they did. So we're just going to talk about all the Assault Blackwings at once in one big pile, and we're starting alphabetically with Assault Blackwing Chidori the Rain Sprinkling, which is like a little bit of a weird read, but the name is
These are some of the worst names. These are some of the worst names in Yu-Gi-Oh, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's I think not like it's probably a little bit of an overly literal translation, but like First of all, there is a Raikiri, which is like another level 7. Suppose this is level 7. But this is named after Chidori 1000 Birds, which is not from Naruto originally. It's from a samurai folktale. The thing in Naruto is literally just the samurai story, but instead of a katana, it's magic.
Lightning?
Because ninjas. I actually don't... No, yes, that's right.
No, Omega,
this was explained
technically
way
it's
later in
alien.
the manga, but Chidori is actually lightning aspected.
Yeah, technically it's aliens, Omega, not magic.
We don't need
Nah,
to talk
fuck you.
about
Chakra's
Boruto.
magic. You can be science fantasy just because something is aliens doesn't mean it's not magic.
Aliens can be magic too.
You
Okay,
have
moving right
a
along.
system of
Look at
envy,
Dragon Ball.
You're magic now. Anyway, Chidori the Rain Sprinkling, level 7 synchro, 2600 attack, 2k defense, completely generic. If this card is synchro summoned using a Blackwing as material, it's treated as a tuner while it's face up on the field. High level tuners are very funny. We love those. This card gains 300 attack for each Blackwing in your graveyard. When this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, target a Wing Beast synchro in your graveyard, except Chidori the Rain Sprinkling, special summon it. Crazy good card. Like, in terms of like Arc 5 and like what this deck does, this is phenomenal. So it's a tuner.
I don't know if I agree. It's not a tuner.
If you summon
Oh,
with a
right.
Blackwing, it's treated as a tuner.
Yeah.
So it's a level
I
7
forgot.
tuner. It gains 300 attack for every Blackwing in your graveyard. If you're playing Blackwings, that's at least 2. So this card is 31. Dallas, maybe you didn't play enough Blackwings in Prague. I would have killed to have this card
I
in the
definitely
5Ds
didn't.
era. You
definitely
shitting
didn't.
me? This is an amazing level 7 for Blackwing. Like, maybe not as crazy as some of the other shit we were doing in the Pendulum era because, we were playing with MR3, so, you were pen summoning 5 guys every turn. But, like,
Well,
this is
the problem I have
real
with
good.
the problem I have with this card is the same problem I have with a lot of Blackwing cards. Is like, do I summon this or do I summon a generic Synchro 7? And I think I would rather summon a generic.
Which generic Synchro 7 are you summoning in the year 2016?
So just for because I think this was when Dracosac was still a thing, right? Or not Dracosac. What the fuck am I thinking of? Hold on, I need to. I'm bad with Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Give me a minute. Let me look at the Synchro list
You're bad with all names.
because I'm thinking
You
of a
can't even
card, but I.
What does he look like?
He looks like
Does
Dracosac.
he look
That's
like
why
a
I got
motherfucker?
confused. Oh,
I think you're crazy because I don't
see,
think anybody
I'm
looks
gonna
like
look.
Dracosac.
Dumb. I'm gonna look dumb, but I'm not crazy.
Dracosac is very
if-
clean.
Help me.
No,
I could be wrong.
this is a hell of your own making.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're out here shit talking me. You got to bring up the arguments to the table. I was hoping you would say Black Rose Dragon because I would be like, well, then you don't OTK
Well, I mean
this
that
turn.
is not in every. That is not in. Well, yeah, but Black Dragon is not an all the time situation. Hey, like, objectively, Black Rose Dragon is a better card, but you don't always want to summon. The card I was thinking of is level 6 anyway, so just ignore me.
Got him. Another one for the win board. But then, like, again, obviously there are synchros that, there would have probably been other generic synchros in the similar time, but the main thing is that if you're playing a Winged Beast synchro type deck, this has floating. If your opponent blows it up and sends it to the graveyard, well, it is a when, so it could possibly miss timing, but you know what I mean. Like, if they do that,
Yeah.
you get to bring back a guy, which could be Nothung, which means you could burn your opponent.
Well,
like-
you can only bring back a synchro guy with him, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
But you
that's
can
my
bring
issue.
back Nothung.
Like I said, I don't think this is like a bad card. I just don't think it's like a great card.
I mean, I think there may be better Assault Blackwings. I don't really remember.
Oh, I know
It
there's
was a super
one.
rare, so I
know
probably
there-
had this
I
one.
know there's one.
Well, I know for a
I
fact
know
there's
there's
Raikiri.
one.
I don't know what Raikiri does
Yeah.
off the top of my head.
Oh,
I
you don't
think
remember
it
what I
was.
Good, very good.
I think it was a better card because it was an ultra and this was like a super. Is what I was about to say. But like,
Yeah.
again, from my personal experience trying to cram Blackwings because there were just so fucking many of them in Prague. Like, Chidori's a pretty alright card to be thinking about. Also, thank you,
Yeah,
Ark and
also,
chat.
I
Aliens
remember
can be
Ark-
magic.
Greatest?
Look at Final Fantasy 14. We didn't actually. We talked about the name. We didn't talk about the design at all. I actually like these Blackwings though, that are much more like clearly Japanese. Like, I mean, on the one hand, like obviously in the dub being called Crow Hogan, you sound like a fucking wrestler. But you know,
Well, yeah.
design-wise, you know, Crow could be anybody.
Okay.
I like the look of
I hate
Chidori.
Crow.
It's not overdone, which
Yeah.
is very problematic with Blackwings.
Yes, no.
Why?
Like I said, I do actually like the way this card looks. My thoughts on its performance aside, I think it's actually... I like most of the Assault Blackwings look. There's one of the ones is just too much. We'll
So is this a
get to him.
butter effect?
What?
I was trying to make a joke of like Butterface, but like for effects.
Oh yeah, it's just a card that like I don't think, like I said, I don't think it's bad. It's just it wouldn't be something I have ever run. Granted, I
that's
played
fair. Like,
Blackwings
I
very
think
little.
I think you would shave Chidori in a constructed environment because you have access to generic synchros. But like I said, if you're playing a deck where like, you know, you're holding a gun to your head, perhaps you're rolling a pack on Master Duel, you know, secret packs only or something like that, or you know, you're pulling a Prog series. This is decent. I actually forgot one card because it's not in like the
It's
table
bad?
of name schemes. No, a different thing. Also, it is bad, probably. But
Oh.
in the table of naming schemes, there was one card I forgot that came out in the manga era, but I'm not actually sure where he's from. But
Go.
he's either from the anime or the manga. Blackwing Tamer Obsidian Hawk Joe. I think he fits with the manga cards though because this is another entry in the cultural appropriation Blackwings.
This one
Can
somehow
I-
seems more offensive.
Why
I
is he?
make
Why is he Native American?
Deep-
Konami.
Can I make a deep callback?
Sure, go for it.
Does anyone here remember our Elemental Heroes episode? And we talked about, Goldblade, or what the fuck his name was, passing on to, Elemental Hero. Like, Wild
Yes,
Hearts?
the Blade Edge jokes.
Yes, this is just the evolution.
Wild Edge.
He gets wings.
I mean, yes, this could be an e-hero design of like a triple fusion between Avion, Wildheart, and Blade Edge. Yeah, no, like I'm like, Konami, why is this guy Native American? What's going on
Also,
here? Also,
I appreciate you remember that fucking dumbass bit.
no, you brought it back. I'm like, I remember a couple of our bits.
This
from
seems
the
like
first days.
very like
But also, there's stuff that's just also bad about this. Why does he have
yeah.
one bird hand?
Oh, I was about to talk about Raikiri. Raikiri does the one thing I hate with because like I usually like asymmetry. The one time I hate asymmetry, and a lot of anime and movies and everything do this, where it's like you have one armored leg and then one unarmored leg. Why?
I've heard.
That's just
I'll
bad.
call aside to this as well. I've mentioned before, but I've watched some of Lilygoth / Kinkymation streams she does as an artist about character designs, among other things.
He's thought about
But to Dallas's point, one thing that really bothers her is like shoe asymmetry. Like if you have a tall boot and a short boot.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Honestly,
bother
yeah,
me
that's
as much
annoying.
visually,
Well-
but practically, that is definitely like I do
it's
not
the
think you
thing,
would wear
it's
a
like-
long boot and a short boot. And I think armored legs are kind of similar. Like if you fuck with the symmetry of your legs, dude, you have to walk. You have to walk around, okay?
Yeah, or like just make it two different designs of armor. I'm fine with that. Just make it so it looks like it doesn't.
Like
Make it so I don't look at you and go like, okay, you're being dumb to Orifar.
Like this is
Like,
a
that's-
this is
that's
an
what it is,
actual
basically.
thing. Like having a like one side of your torso or arms be more armored than the others is an actual thing. You will see this in some like
Well-
medieval plate mail designs where your left side, your defending side, is more heavily armored than your right side, your
Yeah,
attacking
the thing
side.
is, the other side is still armored. It's not.
Yes.
The problem is that with Chidori and with Obsidian Hawk Joe, it's one side is armored and the other side is pants. Or
Yeah, no.
Can I-
Also, by the
I-
way, what is his other shoulder? So he's wearing a feathered headdress, I guess. Does it wrap around to his shoulder, or is his shoulder made of the same thing? Is that what he's doing? That's weird.
Can I make a dumb comparison point when we
Go
talk
for it.
about like asymmetric shoes? Imagine if Sora and Kingdom Hearts have one big shoe or one little shoe.
That would be
That would be
hilarious, But
That
it would be
it would be funny, but it would be. I would.
He already
That
has
boy can
weird
have
clown
other
shoes.
asymmetry, but like his big. So actually, this is the thing I should bring up. We are not derailing into a Kingdom Hearts thing again, but I want to bring up.
Yep, sorry.
Understand.
That's a thing a lot of people don't get is a lot of the unique like the OC costume designs in Kingdom Hearts are whatever's popular in Japanese streetwear brands right then. Tetsuya Nomura is a character designer first. He's pulling from actual fashion trends in Japan. So like at points the big floopy shoes were like a style. I think they're more exaggerated in the early Kingdom Hearts game because of modeling limitations, but like a lot of those designs are like fashion, which is meant to be a little something. Blackwing Tamer Obsidian Hawk Joe is not. This guy, I mentioned him before. This is like the only guy in the archetype who is a warrior, not a winged beast. This probably automatically locks him out of the deck in future because it's just a weird fit. That said, this guy is a level 7 with 2600 attack and 2000 defense. His armor's very weird, yes. This guy is completely archetype locked. He got printed in 2015 in Premium Gold with the other manga cards, so I assume he was from the manga. I just missed him because his name isn't a reference. He's just called Obsidian Hawk Joe for some reason. And he doesn't even have an Obsidian Hawk.
Okay, if I'm going to be very, very uncharitable to Japan and Japan's cultural sensitivities, I think the reason he's called Obsidian Hawk Joe is Japan trying to ape what they perceive as Native American naming trends.
No, Dallas, because his Japanese name is Jet Black Hawk. So this is the TCG. Konami of America made this racist.
Yeah, no, this is Konami of America being right. Got it.
Yeah,
'Cause
like Jet Black. It's Jet Black
Black
Hawk
Hawk
Joe. That sounds like that's not
Also,
perfect.
Black Hawk
but
I believe Black Hawk is a real Indian or Native American tribe. Hey, hold on. Let me make sure I'm not
also
saying
space
right.
in it.
Like
But yeah,
someone-
Jet Black Hawk Joe, like it's Shikoku no Hokujo. Like that sounds almost like a boxer name, right? Like that could just be something. Calling him specifically Obsidian Hawk Joe, like translation wise, is like, oh, so you guys made this a little weird, Konami of America. But what was I saying? This guy is completely archetype locked. He requires a Blackwing tuner and Blackwing non-tuners.
Oh god, I was wrong.
You can
Black Hawk is a sports team with a Native American. Oh god,
Tug's collar.
my bad.
You can target a level
Black
5 or
Foot
higher
is the
winged
tribe I
beast
was
in your
thinking of.
graveyard. Special summon it. So that's decent extension. You know, if you make him with like a high level monster, you can summon it back, or if you just have high level monsters, you can. When your opponent activates a card or effect that targets this card, or when your opponent targets this card for an attack quick effect, target one other Blackwing you control that would be an appropriate target. That card /effect/attack now targets the new target. You can use each effect once per turn. A decent card in the 7 slot. He's a little low on the attack stat for a 7 synchro. Like, he beats Stardust, but there are other 7s that can be a little spicier. I mean, like, basic... Chidori came out only a year later and already beats this guy in terms of attack and is technically a generic synchro, whereas with Obsidian Hawk Joe, you have to be using a Blackwing tuner and Blackwing non-tuner. But they're similar effects.
Obsidian Hawk Joe is a very funny card that I've used in not Blackwing decks.
You just
And
use
you're
them in
going to be like,
Blackwing
how do
decks.
you do that?
Well, you're playing
well,
Blackwings
no.
on them because they're really good.
Well, no, I've used him in, I did a Fluundarees deck.
Oh, and you just bin the extra?
Yeah, you can bin him from the extra deck and then summon him and get his effect.
Yeah, he is not synchro summon locked. Like, he doesn't have
Yeah, he's
protection
not
against being
synchro
special
locked.
summoned, so you can cheat him out.
Yeah.
God, no. Sorry. I've never seen this next Assault Blackwing. This is a main deck one, so he's a level 5.
Oh,
that's
is this? Yeah,
Um,
this is one of the worst ones.
why. But you were not kidding about the bad names.
Yes.
The
No,
art
this is what I
is
was
like
talking
not
about.
great either, but I don't think it's as bad. It's not as weird as some of the other guys we've looked at. But this is Assault Blackwing Kunai the Drizzle. Kunai. The
It's
drizzle.
the drizzle!
The drizzler. Brr, 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 brr. Like you have to play air
Look
horns.
at this. Look at this weird Ninja Turtles villain of the week.
Like I don't hate the design,
That is
right?
the vibe,
like,
yeah.
It's cartoony. He, like you said, he could be a Ninja Turtles villain of the week. That's not terrible. The
Yeah.
name is very
It's not-
unfortunate, and that is just like, I think Kirisame does translate to like light rain or drizzle, but just calling him Kunai the Drizzle is like, he has a white boy rapper name and it's bad. Yo, what up?
Yeah.
I'm Kunai the Drizzle. Buy my
I mean, no,
record
that
on
is-
Spotify
that is the-
now.
That is the vibe, yeah.
Like
You're gonna
I
get
don't
drizzled
like it.
on.
They should have like just not
it-
translated his name. She should have just been you know, Kunai the Kirisame or something. Like just
Fun
don't
fact,
even
I
bother.
think this card is not on Master Duel.
Actually, what is Kurosawa?
No, he's in
again?
Master Duel. I can get. Let me see if I can grab the kanji. I can try and translate it through like Google.
I'm just curious because like there's other
'Cause I
characters
think
I know in other series called
I think it
Kirisame, and I'm always
means
just curious what it
light
meant.
rain.
Oh, okay.
Like,
'Cause
I
I-
think that's what it means, but we'll do detect.
I thought it was like something shark because like Kiri and Same.
Wha- It might be because Same phonetically is shark, but also like Ame is rain, so like Japanese. We can do phenomes and shit. They can do puns. All right, I know actually English. Sorry, it's been a hot second since I used my Google Translate to do it, and I will say this for Google Translate, I'm glad they added a shitload of languages. Their UI sucks the more languages they add. Oh my god, stop. I'm not even clicking anything. There you go. It's like grabbing random when I linger too long. Okay. Yeah, so it is... Google renders it as drizzle, drizzling, light rain. Yeah, so like I said, I think literally the two kanji are like light rain, but you translate that as drizzle. So,
Oh, okay.
honestly, Kunai of the light rain would have been better, but yeah, it uses the kanji that means
Drizzle.
or light rain. Anyway,
Nope.
art design-wise, don't hate him. Unfortunately, this card's not good. Like, I'm reading him. This is a weird anime card. This is a level 5 winged beast with 2100 attack and 1600 defense, and you might think to yourself, oh, level 5, 2100. He's a cyber dragon, right? No. You can special summon this card from your hand by tributing a Blackwing monster. If summoned this way, it's treated as a tuner. Once per turn, target a synchro monster you control, declare a level from 1 to 8. It becomes that level until the end of this turn. Now, in a vacuum, these effects are not bad. High-level tuners can be very interesting. You can do a lot of very cool plays that way. And the ability to level fix any of your pre-existing synchros to level 1 through 8 is okay. The problem is that this guy, like, could be a brick in your hand.
He's not like an awful card, but
No.
he's not good either.
The problem is he's not as good as a lot of the 5Ds era,
No.
like Blackwings even, because a lot of those guys special summon themselves basically for free, or if you just have Blackwings. And even their high-level guys, most of them, like, have a funny way to cheat them out. And again, this guy's being printed in, like, the Pendulum era, in a deck that doesn't actually have Pendulum scales, because they're from the Synchro dimension. So, like, you know, you're not, like, spamming a bunch of guys and then summoning, well, I mean, you are spamming a bunch of guys, but you know what I mean, right? Like, you're not getting a bunch of free guys and then summoning Kunai the Drizzle and then making him a tuner. And while I do like that level fixing effect, that is also not something Blackwings need, because you have a couple of really good level 1 tuners at this point. Orochi the Squall is a free a level 1 tuner that's a free summon if you have another Blackwing out. So you can just summon a level 1 tuner and like synchro climb. You can summon level 2 tuners and synchro.
I think I've seen this card. I think I've seen this card used in some builds of some decks, specifically.
Yeah.
To get like, because there are certain Blackwing cards that want to go into your graveyard now.
Yes.
So like
they have weird graveyard setup stuff.
Yeah, it's a very weird card.
So like it's not unplayably bad, I should say, but like I'm reading this and I'm going, I probably wouldn't put this in my normal Blackwing deck. There is some stuff like Dallas is saying, like in like the Edison era, people discovered like Vayu Turbo Blackwings, and then they retrained Vayu in 2022. So like, there are weird graveyard setup decks that Blackwings do that, like you said, I could see this as like a one-of tech option. The unfortunate problem is that it's a special summon, not a normal summon. So like, his huge attack doesn't even help you with like Black Whirlwind. Like, he's not searchable under Black Whirlwind, and also what are you gonna do? Special summon a guy and then normal summon him, and then he's a non-tuner? Like, I would just summon Sirocco.
A guy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't summon either, but
Well, I mean, like, back in the day, I would summon Sirocco. I don't know if there's a better level 5 in like 2015.
there really isn't. But you also don't need a level 5.
Not anymore.
Because
Like, I think level 5 was good. Level 5 was good
really,
for the math.
really good
but
level
yeah.
6. I know that.
I think level 5 was good for the math in the 5Ds era, but it's not needed.
Yeah.
All right. So are these guys not? Are they anime exclusive? Okay. Yeah, that's really weird. Okay, why haven't they done that? There's a bunch of guys. In the anime. There's 3 guys called Kunifusa, Kunisada, and Kuniyoshi, which are all subtitled The White Rainbow, aka Fog Rainbow. And they're all like level 3 synchros. Are they? Okay. They are not synchro tuners. But they're like not printed at all. That's weird.
Do we want to get to? Oh wait, was this in the original Assault Blackwing set? Because there's a funny thing. There's an Assault.
It could count.
There's an Assault Blackwing that is used in a modern deck that isn't Blackwings at all. It's used in Enneacraft.
Oh, who we putting in Enneacraft?
The level 2.
Okay,
Synchro.
we're not to that one yet, but how do you? Huh? How do you make that work?
I don't know. Looking at it.
Is there a tuner in the main deck you can do with that? I don't get it. Is it just to be
Dallas is
funny?
on
You literally don't need an extra deck to play Enneacraft. Like Enneacraft is one of those decks that currently has no inherent extra deck support.
No, yeah, it's just to be funny.
Okay.
I'm looking at it. Yeah, it's just to be funny.
Like, my extra deck in Enneacraft is full of a bunch of, like, weird generic links and then, like, some rank 9 Xyz you can make because it's funny. But no, alphabetically, our next guy is, this is a guy. This specifically is Assault Blackwing Onimaru the Divine Thunder.
Yeah, remember when I said over-designed? This is who I was talking about.
Oh,
God,
I don't hate him.
Christ.
Oh, I do.
Hate him, but he does have a lot of shit going on. I think.
Okay, three things, Omega. Can I bring up 3 things?
Yeah, I know. I don't think you're gonna make me hate him. Like, I don't.
This shade
love
of
him
orange. This shade of orange should never be worn. That's just the first thing. It looks awful as an armor color. But also, what have they done to his poor wing? Like, you've made the wing not work. It's not aerodynamic anymore.
I mean,
You've broken his wing with the armor on it.
He's got super electrifying. I mean, also, I don't even know if there's armor on it. Like, he might just have a robot wing. No, I do think there are some things wrong with this, which is there are probably too. I say probably, like I'm giving it benefit of the doubt, but I'll say it anyway. There are probably too many colors. He's black as a primary, but he's also got kind of a like tawny or like golden brown color as like his feather color. That's probably just the piss aura, but it still like looks golden brown, even if it's supposed to be black. Because his armor is definitely black. But then he also has lightning yellow. But then he's got like a couple of purple highlights and a couple of like bluish green highlights. It's weird. There's probably too many colors. Like you gotta simplify that down. It should probably just be like the black and the lightning yellow. And I do think the wing asymmetry is weird. I'm not a fan of that because like armored wings are already, like Dallas said,
Also,
kind of tricky.
Yeah. Also, lightning bolt swords are dumb. They're dumb and they don't work. Stop doing it.
I mean, honestly, this is actually probably the closest to working. It would be fragile, but it looks like it's got the the bladed edge on all those sides. So you have a weapon that like has a bunch of different cutting surfaces, but also it's a hook.
The problem
sword,
is it would literally just shatter on impact with another sword.
But also, like, despite being a sword guy, I don't usually draw a lot of realism concerns about sword designs in the case of a Birdman whose sword is, wreathed in lightning. But it is... That's not the worst part of the design. I thought about it, I scored it, and I was like, it's not the worst. No, I'm definitely more off-put by, like, just how many colors this guy's got going on.
I've made my comment. I had to make it in Chex chat, though. In our server, because I'm not saying it out loud.
So, yeah, this guy's like a thing.
The fact that his quote-unquote metallic wing is like 3 scythes, it could have just been 1.
Oh yeah, also the fucking weird ass plumage lightning bolt head thing.
Yeah, like trying to make his
stupid.
feather crest also lightning is
stupid.
like we're trying a little too hard.
This was designed by a 6-year-old.
Hey, don't.
I mean, I think it was
don't
designed by
mock
Crow
Tyler
Hogan.
Crick.
I haven't actually watched Arc 5,
Yeah,
so
like
he
I
might
said,
mentally
a
be 6 years old.
6-year-old. Yeah, it is.
Thank you, Dallas.
He
Dallas
definitely
instantly
is.
got it. I mean, like I said, he sounds and dresses like he's a wannabe wrestler, not an actual wrestler. He's too short for that. Jack Atlas, that's a cool guy. He's just Australian.
Yeah.
You say Fudo? That's a Yu-Gi-Oh protagonist. That's a normal guy.
But,
Crow Hogan? I don't know what his deal
I think here's my personal opinion, and this might get me flamed. I think there's not a single Yu-Gi-Oh series that has as many useless, pointless, worthless side characters as 5Ds does.
Oh,
I
that might
swear to
actually
God.
be that might actually be true. Like that's not the that's not the character's fault, but that might we have had discussions before about how there are a lot of characters who are unfortunately sidelined in 5Ds.
Akiza.
At least you can safely say your opinion out loud without fear of pushback.
I don't care. Push back on me. Do it.
No.
Anyway, it's funny we brought all this up. This is supposed to be in Assault Blackwing. This is supposed to be the big Bonkules. This is a level 12 synchro, 3K attack, 2K defense. That's a little low for a 12, but you'll see why in a second. He is technically generic and 2-mat, so that's not terrible to make in Blackwing. You get a level 8 synchro, and then you summon one of your level 4 tuners, and you could make this guy pretty simple. If this card is synchro summoned using a Blackwing monster as material, it's treated as a tuner while face up on the field. Why? I assume that's only for combos with Kunai. Because you can make him a level 8 tuner or something. That and a lot of the Assault Blackwings do that. That effect is dumb. He's a level 12. They shouldn't have bothered. This card can't be destroyed by card effects, period. He's protected. You can target one Blackwing monster in your graveyard. This card's level becomes the same as that monster's. You can also use this effect of You only use this effect of Onimaru once per duel. Okay, so that's why he becomes a tuner, is you can tuner fix him. That also doesn't make any sense. Why the fuck would I need to turn my level 12 into a level 1 tuner? Don't do that. Just make the other guy.
I think it's fair to say this is the worst level 12 synchro of all time.
No, yeah. I think there are probably some level 12 synchros that have more stupid monster requirements that are not good.
No, I'm looking through them. I don't think they're all.
If this card is synchro summoned using only synchro monsters attacks, it gains 3k during the damage step only. No, this is for some dumb anime bullshit, and I don't like it. Every one of these effects is a weird conditional. In actual on the table Yu-Gi-Oh! In paper, why the fuck would I summon a level 12 and then have him treated as a tuner? Why would I make a level 12 and then level fix him to any level? Why the fuck would I then... Why does this guy have effects to change his level and be a synchro tuner, and then also want to be synchro summoned using synchro monsters? Am I supposed to, make Onimaru turn him into, a level 6 tuner and make Onimaru again? Just make a better tuner synchro and make this guy the payoff.
By the way, I found a worse level 12. Oh no, that's
I
level
bet
10.
you
Never
did.
mind.
I
No,
bet
I
you
stick by that. I stick by
I'm
that.
going.
He's the worst level 12.
I gotta go. See ya.
All right, bye.
I stick by it actually, because the one I thought was level 12 was level 10.
Which was the level
Look,
10 you
I'll
thought
just
was
say
worse
that-
than this guy?
Decisive armor. I like justice.
Fair.
This is the worst level 12 you can make full Blackwings.
Oh, certainly.
No.
Like, if you have enough material to make a level 12 in Blackwings, there have to be better generic level 12s, right?
Yeah, Super Heavy Samurai, Musawo Owo, Mr. Owo, Snake Eyes Vengeance Dragon.
Honestly, these days, I think Snake Eyes Vengeance Dragon is one of the best generic 12s. That guy's pretty good.
Crimson Dragon, why not? Centurion Legatia.
Honestly, yeah, no. Going for Crimson Dragon combos, like, even though you don't make dragons, is probably better than summoning Onimaru. I appreciate the thought of, like, trying to give, like, Crow a big, scary level 12 boss monster, because, like, in the original 5Ds, like you said, there were a lot of useless side characters. He didn't get a big finisher boss. Like, there was no Stage 2 of Blackwing Dragon, and his, like, other big synchro was Silverwind the Ascendant, who was, like, not that good for a, like, level 8 that required 2 tuners or something. So, like, I appreciate the thought. It's a bad card, though. Anyway, let's talk about Raikiri. Design-wise, I think I
let's
like
talk about a
Raikiri
good
a little less than Chidori because he's doing that asymmetry thing again, but, like,
Yeah.
the parts that are asymmetrical are worse because he's just feathery.
Well, it's worse also because it's back and forth.
I think that here's where my bias is going to come out. I think I like this slightly more than Chidori, and only slightly, and that is literally because I like his armor color more.
He's purple. I mean, that's fair. You can be biased about the color,
like
the color
purple.
scheme. Depending on the person, a color scheme can save something.
I like
like
the
I
way
said,
purple
I-
looks on Blackwing. Also, he's doing wing armor well. That also helps, as opposed to his weird ass daddy.
Purple is, I think, a
Oh,
card that I
God, I
think
need to leave
works
off
works
hearing
better.
that.
I'm not as big of a fan of as the huge ass spikes coming out of his armored arm,
Yeah, that's a little bit weird.
but
Not gonna
like,
lie.
I get it. But yeah, this is basically this is meant to be a flip side of Chidori, because, like I said, there's originally a folktale about a guy who had a sword named Chidori that he cut a lightning bolt and it became known as Raikiri. So this is Raikiri the Rain Shower. Interesting that, this, Rain Shower and, Shu no Raikiri, like, they have all that stuff. It should be more like Sudden Shower is the original Japanese, but they made them Chidori and Raikiri both the Rain Shower to kind of make them play off each other in English. Same stat line, 7, 26, 2K, completely generic. If it's Synchro Summon using a Blackwing, it's treated as a tuner. Once per turn, target cards your opponent controls up to the number of Blackwing monsters you control. Other Blackwings, you control, destroy them. Nope, that is a better card.
Oh yeah, no.
They're
this
both
card's
really good at, like, they're both OTK tools, right? And I think, ideally, like, if you were playing Blackwing's crazy mode enough, you would just make both in a pure Blackwings deck. But obviously, you don't have to play pure. You can play other
Honestly,
sevens.
I think there are so many Blackwing Synchro monsters that I actually think Chidori gets cut.
No, I think Chidori gets cut these days because, like, 300 for each
Is
Blackwing
this-
name, though I want to say something. Chat did point out earlier that Chidori doesn't say different names. So, like, if you just have 3 copies of the same guy in your graveyard, which you might, you can get, like, 900. Chidori's attack gains do go a little crazy in this deck, depending on when you're playing it. But Raikiri, I think, is just a more useful card because Blackwing is a deck. We talked about this on the last stream. Blackwing is a deck that has always been about just shitting out a bunch of little guys. So, like, getting a Raikiri and, like, 4 other, or even this came out in, this came out in 2015. This was early. So, like putting this guy on the board and shitting out 4 other guys is, like, easy peasy. You could get 4 pops off this. No problem. And it's up to, so it's the good kind of destroy cards your opponent controls. It's not locked to the exact number. In the Pendulum era, like giving you the ability to, like, blow up your opponent's scales, along with some of their monsters, not terrible. And 26 is, like, can be weak for a 7, but on a guy who blows up, like, just blow up the bigger monsters, He's not not as much of a problemo. I like him as a card to play. And definitely, yeah, this was an ultra rare in Dimension of Chaos. No, that's why I'm like, on the one hand, as a super rare, Chidori was a card I would have been chasing in Blackwings. This was a card I was looking for in Blackwings. I was like, damn, that guy's good. I want him.
Yeah.
But stop. Sorry, I clicked like open a new window twice. Don't do that. Open link in new tab. Click correctly. What the fuck? Well, I found the level 2 guy.
Oh, yeah.
But that's why I said what the fuck.
His name? Yeah.
No, not just his name. Like, that's just
and his art.
Yes. So let's combine the art with this guy. Chat, the guy you are seeing on screen is the level 2 synchro tuner, Sayo the Rain Hider. Sayo the Rain Hider.
He's got a knife.
Amagakure no Sayo. So by the way, I assume they translated it that way to avoid getting sued by Naruto.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Amagakure is just how they say, the village that's hidden in the rain. So this should be Sayo hidden in the rain, not Sayo who hides rain. So like the translation is bad, but when you combine it with his art, it's so much funnier. Yeah, I'm Sayo the Rain Hider. Blah, blah.
Also,
oh, sorry. This guy's not inherently a synchro tuner. He's only a synchro tuner if you synchro summon him using a Blackwing, because that's how Assault Blackwings work. So, what were you saying, Dallas?
No, that was Loth.
No, not just that.
I just
Loth started
like...
saying something in Thread 4. Go, Loth.
I don't like the look of this guy. He weirds me out. He feels like he's gonna reach out of the screen to grab me.
No, it's not.
I figured out what I hate about the Assault Blackwings.
What up?
Is that they're all going for this weird cyborg aesthetic, and it just does not work.
I don't know if it's necessarily a cyborg aesthetic, but they're definitely like weirdly anachronistic. This guy's wearing like night vision goggles, but also like an Edo period. Or even earlier, like, ninja costume. He's named after a Sayo Samonji, which is a type of dagger from the Kamakura period. So, like, he's, like a manga card, he's named after a knife, a kniff, but he's Japanese. But, like, yeah, they have this weird, like, anachronistic armored look and then feudal Japanese. I don't know if that was something to do with Arc 5, like, character design or what. I don't know. Personally, like I said, I get that there's like a gimmick. I want to say this. The Assault Blackwing gimmick, it's dumb. You should just have synchro tuners. Just have synchro tuners. Other synchro decks have them. You should just have synchro tuners or make it optional. The fact that like all of them say if you're synchro summoned using a Blackwing, they're treated as a tuner is like, that's mandatory. That's gonna fuck me over so many times, chat. Like, that's so annoying. There's a reason
the only Assault Blackwings I relatively see commonly are Raikiri and the other one we haven't done yet.
Yeah. Rainstorm. No, that guy's another well-placed one, but yeah.
There's
Sayo,
two more technically.
Well, yeah, there's one that's also very late. That one I deliberately saved because he's like a brand new card. He's not even on the TCG. Okay. But yeah, Sayo the Rainhider is a Blackwing, like a tuner when you use a Blackwing as material, and then twice per turn it can't be destroyed by battle.
This card's bad.
This guy's dog ass. This guy would already be pretty bad if he just was a level 2 synchro tuner all the time and couldn't be destroyed by battle twice per turn. This guy is like a 5Ds era card that missed his window. He's bad. I don't like him.
I don't think it's even 5Ds era.
I am up. No, he is a 5Ds era card, but bad. Like, I think the other level 2, like, TG synchro tuners from the 5Ds era were better than this guy. Like, I am upset at how bad he is.
It's very telling. The only decks I see this card in the extra deck of are decks like Fluunderies and Enneacraft.
No, people are definitely putting him in their deck list, so somebody has to say Sayo the Rainhider. I will say our next guy, I think, out of the Assault Blackwings, may be the best art.
Oh, 100%. Not even close in my opinion.
This is Sohaya the Rain Shadow. You'll notice some things about this guy. Rainstorm, sorry.
Finally,
you'll
some
notice
good
some things about this
fucking
guy,
food.
chat. Yes.
He's not asymmetric.
He's not asymmetric. He doesn't have too many colors. His design is pretty consistent.
He has a realistic sword.
Actually, he is slightly asymmetric. His bird talons on one side are uncovered, and they're covered on the other side, but that's a really minor detail, all things considered.
And also, in my opinion, good asymmetry.
Yes, like, that is passable. I mean, I will say, I made the comment earlier about, like, boot versus no boot is a type of weird asymmetry, but he has bird feet, so I don't think it actually counts.
I think
same with his hands.
Yeah, I think from a design standpoint, it's more okay in this case.
Yes.
Because it is showing you that, like, it is showing you something.
Yeah.
His boot and glove are not uncovered for, like, purely aesthetic reasons. They're uncovered to show you, hey, this man is a fucking bird human. He's a bird
He has
person.
a sword that is exaggerated, but is just a normal katana.
Yeah.
He's got,
I think it's slightly different than a katana, but like not
it's a little bit of a thicker blade, but it's exaggerated for size, right? Like it's following.
But it looks
the
like
form
a real
factor.
sword someone
Yes.
would use.
And like he's doing like lightning effects on it, but they're not crazy. His like glow aura is green, not piss yellow. Like no, this was good. Like some parts of this I would think normally are a little dorky. Like he has like a dragon tail for some reason, but I have looked at some of the other guys in this archetype or sub-archetype, and it's like, yeah.
No, this
It
card
could be so much worse.
This is one of my favorite Blackwing arts. I don't know what that says about me, but just I've always enjoyed this art.
Yeah.
Or at least as far as the synchros go.
Anyway, this is Sohaya the Rainstorm. It's more like summer rain in the OCG, but I think rainstorm works because, you think of, like, showers in summer, rainy season, that stuff. It's a level 5, 1500 attack, 2k defense. If this card is synchro summoned using a Blackwing, it's treated as a tuner while face up on the field, and you can use each of the following effects once per turn. If this card is synchro summoned, you can target an assault Blackwing in your graveyard, special summon it. During your main phase, if this card's in the graveyard because it was sent there this turn, banish one other assault Blackwing Sohaya the Rainstorm from your graveyard, special summon it. So the effects are not like great effects, but I think this is probably one of the best levels for that becomes a tuner while face up on the field effect. Like, you're very likely to make this natively in Blackwing, so it's going to be a tuner, but it's a level 5 tuner, synchro tuner, and that opens up a lot of things.
I think
And
it's
also-
unfortunately gotten power crept out a lot because of a certain normal deck card that we're probably going to talk about soon, I would guess. Because I think it was before the big wave, but not much before.
Yeah.
Or maybe you've already talked about it. Have you already talked about Simoon?
No, Simoon is original to the card game. So like we haven't talked about him yet. I'm saving the OCG originals for last.
Gotcha. Okay. But yeah, I think he's very good up until exactly Simoon.
Yeah, no, and I think that's true of a lot of guys overall. Okay, so that's one of the new guys. That's a really weird guy who looks like a Blackwing, so maybe we'll talk about him because I've never seen that Yu-Gi-Oh card before in my life. That'll be in the anime only.
Oh my god. I'm sorry, I'm looking at some of these Blackwing cards. Some of these designs are horrendous.
Yeah, no, you may have been glad we missed some of these guys. I actually, I want to...
Yes, no, some of
there's
them
a card
are so bad.
There's a card so I was checking, like, what, like, recommendations for, monsters in deck sort of a thing. Like, and some of the official ones as well. Sorry, I just checked. I don't know how old it is, but there's an official Konami deck release. It must be ancient because it's fucking. They're playing 3 Mali, which isn't allowed, and like they've got Beals and Beatrice in the ED. The extra deck for this official deck is more Xyz monsters than Synchros. This must have been made during like not 5Ds, Arc 5. This sucks ass. I'm not gonna look at this anymore. but there's a card I want to grab that's not a Blackwing, but like looks like an off-color Blackwing in such a weird way. I think this
What's
was
it
the
called?
level 5 you were playing. Vortex. Vortex the Whirlwind is his name. So he like sounds
Vortex
like a
the
Blackwing.
Whirlwind. Yeah, that
and he's a
card's
level
weird.
5 synchro from like 2011, and I'm like, oh, this would be totally a card you would play in Blackwings. It's a Winged Beast synchro that's locked to Winged Beasts.
It's also wind though.
Yeah, it is wind, so like but you don't always dark lock yourself. Like I think that's more common in Blackwings now. But like in the era, a level 5 synchro with 2100 attack, and then when this card is destroyed by battle, keep in mind 2011
Also,
Storm of Ragnarok.
what the fuck is this art?
Summon a level 4 lower winged beast from your deck. But yeah, no, you get what I mean when I say, Dallas, that like this looks like a Blackwing who got lost.
No, Omega, this doesn't look like a Blackwing who got lost. This looks like some poor woman was thrown into the box of discarded Yu-Gi-Oh card ideas because she has a chain kunai in her hand.
Kunai with
She has a missile. She has a missile pod on her hip. She has a bazooka on her back.
2 bazookas, I think, actually, or maybe one of those like
No,
a giant
I
machine gun.
believe one is a giant machine gun. Yeah, I think it's a Gatling gun.
The perspective
and-
is fucked. Her hand is huge.
You know
She
what
has
this
a
looks like to me? Oh, sorry, Dallas is still going.
Yeah, sorry.
This looks
The
like a
last-
rejected Digimon design.
It
No,
does look like
no, Loth, I'm going to say something I don't usually say. This is too much for a Digimon. This is too many
Oh.
different directions for a Digimon. She's
That's
got
why
like
it's
a
rejected.
chameleon reptile mask. Like, this is just bad.
Yeah, I don't
You know what this
know what the
probably
fuck. Like this came out of, by the way, so this is like
Oh my
not
God.
in any fucking
I'm going to
archetype
call
or
my
anything.
shot
They
on
just
what
came up
this
with
was.
this. Yeah.
I'm going to call my shot on what this was. This was a proposed Blackwing deal that was idea that was shot down, and they accidentally printed it as another card. Like they found
You
that
think
the
it's some
starter
leftover
idea-
character design art for a Blackwing that they said in the anime? Like,
Well-
this is too much of a pain in the ass to animate. We're not printing that.
Because the only reason I say that is because it's called Vortex the Whirlwind, which is
No,
such
yeah,
a
no. Like,
Blackwing coded name that it's
yes, she has a very Blackwing name. Sorry, Axe isn't here, so I have to get this joke in for her. Maybe she was rejected from being in the 5D's Blackwings because she is a woman. But but
like, I mean, probably.
But yeah, no. Like this looks, like I said, she looks like a Blackwing who got lost, and unfortunately, she got lost on her way to the gun store. Is the weird thing.
Like this is genuinely the worst design we've seen today.
It's
I
very
can say
chaotic.
that very confidently.
I will
Well,
say
it's
at
not
least,
just that it's chaotic; it is genuinely like I don't want to say wrong.
Oh no!
because that's
There
not
are
what I
also
mean.
there are some
It's-
bad parts of it. Like I said, the perspective is super fucked. Like her head in this is bigger, or sorry, her hand in this is bigger than
It's
her head.
indecisive.
It's bigger than her
It's
tits.
indecisive.
Like it's
an
nowhere.
indecisive design.
Yes,
it does- like, it
it's
doesn't know what
all
it
over
wants
the
to be.
place.
Like
Her
this is like
her
thi-
bird grippers gripping the kunai are like
yeah.
really fucked up. Also, by the way, she has bird like not even bird like hand feet. She has full blown hand feet because she's got like 4 fingers and a thumb.
Yeah, she has
like-
monkey hand feet.
Yeah. I mean, like there are positives to this where like yeah, she's got like a skin tight bodysuit under there. It is a woman and she's wearing thigh highs. And the hand feet are probably doing it for somebody, but no, like this is
Are
like,
those thigh highs or are those her skin?
No. Yeah, no. The green is a bodysuit because it's the same as the mask. That's her skin tone is orange.
Okay.
So
Sorry,
no, she is wearing.
This is genuinely one of the most confusing Yu-Gi-Oh designs.
She's
I've
wearing
ever seen.
she's wearing thigh highs and has like that kind of like style of Chinese long dress on, but it's got a weird asymmetric frill on it that I've just noticed. What are we doing? This card's
if this is an attempt at a keep out, whoever drew this needs to be shot.
No, it's very bad. Also, by the way, I think she has giant head feathers, which look like ears.
No, I think
Like,
those are. No, those are ears because. So what the fuck is that?
I'm tired, Captain. I don't want to look at this.
I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah, no. We'll get out of here. We're gonna talk about the
no card, please.
the as I said before, the TCG original, the pen and paper original Blackwings.
These are some of the worst ones, though. Wait, maybe we don't move on.
No. We're gonna start easy. We're gonna start
Blackwings
easy.
are actually just birds.
Oh no, Dallas. Blackwings were always just birds.
No, but
always has
like
been.
literally stock bird photo.
I mean,
Did you do
also
stock
no.
bird
That
photo
is
yet?
actually what there were several 5Ds. Blackwings
Oh,
that were there.
did you already do Jetstream?
No. Actually, did we do
'cause that's-
Jetstream? Did we do Jetstream?
Jetstream is the one that I'm like.
Yes,
this
Jetstream the Blue
just a
Sky
picture of a
is
bird.
from the anime. Yes, actually, we did do that one already.
Okay.
And no, we made that
Gotcha.
exact same joke when we talked about him.
No,
he
that
is
was
just a bird.
just a
from a
bird.
picture.
That's
But
just a picture of a bird.
there are several also from that era that are just there. The one we're going to look at first here to cleanse our palate a little is Auster the Southwind.
Oh, I actually like this design.
No, it is just a bird. It's a little more brightly colored, but it has kind of those black accent tips.
But it's not like. Here's the thing. Like the reason I call Jetstream just a bird is like that one looks like a photorealistic bird. This is very clearly an anime bird.
Yeah, no,
Like
yeah.
this isn't a real bird.
Like it's not
No.
bad.
I'm fine what you mean by that.
Or it's those birds that are from. I can't remember if they're from Australia or South America, but they make that like weird ass like woody woodpecker sound.
Saying it's like a rainbow log.
Kookaburra?
Yeah, kookaburras have a
kookaburra.
very distinct cry.
Kookaburra, yeah, they
Kookaburras
sound
have a
like they're
longer
laughing,
beak
but-
than Jetstream does, but I get what you mean.
Yeah.
Like it looks like just like a bird photo, which was a little weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, Auster is like clearly an anime design, which that is. There are several other Blackwings in this genre, but only one Jetstream. Jetstream is literally just like a bird stock feather.
I want the joke of like all of Crota summon all of his Blackwings because like it's Yu-Gi-Oh, so they all talk. I just want like all four of these like chibi birds to be talking, and then Jetstream be just sitting there. It's like, Jetstream, you good? See, remember,
He just falls over because he's been a cardboard cutout the whole time. He's just a PNG.
Yes.
Anyway, Auster's a pretty good card. This is a it is not ideal because we are still doing level 4 tuners that can't be special. This is not the one I was mentioning before, by the way, Dallas. This is the second level 4 tuner that can't be special summoned. But it has a decent normal summon effect. So this is and it's pretty searchable. It's a level 4 tuner with 1300 attack, so you can search it off Black Whirlwind pretty good. And this is why I bring up that there are guys who give you extra normals that is actually like useful. Having an extra normal can be useful in this deck. But can't be special summoned. When this card is normal summoned, you can target a banished level 4 or lower Blackwing and special summon it in defensive position. So it's just Blizzard, but for banished, which is
Yeah.
okay. And then you can banish this card from your graveyard to activate one of the following effects. Either put a Black Feather counter on a Blackwing Dragon you control equal to... Sorry, Black Feather counters on a Blackwing Dragon you control equal to the number of cards your opponent controls. Or place one Wedge counter on each face-up monster your opponent controls that does not have one.
If I remember correctly, and I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this card is very good, or was very good, when Allure of Darkness was at 2.
Yeah,
Because you would banish a Blackwing off of Allure and then resummon it.
Yeah, no,
this.
Allure would have been legal at the time this card was printed. This is a crazy good card. I'm pretty sure I played Allure with Blackwings anyway, but when Auster exists, that just turns Allure into a plus in this deck. You just play Allure, fish for Auster, summon back the guy you banished off Allure, and go to town with a level 4 tuner. That's actually very strong. And so I want to bring up the counters. So, Black Feather counters are for Blackwing Dragon and later for Blackwing Assault Dragon. We'll talk about that when that happens. But you can only do while controlling Blackwing Dragon. But so Blackwing Dragon loses 700 attack for each counter on it, but you can remove all counters and to make a card lose 700 for each. And you normally only put Black Feather counters on when you're negating effect damage. So technically, Auster does make the effect of Blackwing Dragon more playable if you are not actually taking effect damage. That's not a great effect because Blackwing Dragon is not a great card, but I appreciate the effort. The wedge counter shit, that's way better. So for Armor Master, wedge counters is you can remove all wedge counters with Armor Master. The monsters that have them become 0 until the end of this turn. They lose their attack and defense. Full Armor Master was in this set, so we'll talk about him in a second. But his effect of wedge counters is during your end phase, destroy all monsters that have a wedge counter. So like, Foster's
also
nasty.
Omega. You forgot his other effect with wedge counter.
Oh yeah, right. Once per turn, you can take control of a monster with a wedge counter.
And yoink.
Yeah. So like, in the context of full Armor Master, spoilers if you don't remember, full Armor Master is also a towers. All-Star's crazy good.
Yeah, Armor Master is such a fucking
Yo, monster. Yeah. A monster.
No, I love.
So no, Auster's a good card. Like I think it's been power crept a little by later level 4 tuners because eventually Konami realized that like
it unfortunately
you don't need
is
to be mean about level 4 tuners.
A very specific card,
but
that I believe I mentioned earlier.
When it came out, this was like your best running level 4 tuner.
It's still a decent card. Like I could see this being in a deck list, especially because Dark has that weird banish synergy card stuff in it. So if you wanted to run some of the cards like that, with it, I could see you running. I could see there being a reason for you running this.
All right, I feel like I have to bring up this next card, not because he's the next card timely. This is from the Darkwing Blast support, but I just like this card's next alphabetically, and I just want to do. I want to do the fucking temperature shock. Okay, so Auster.
Okay.
And then I'm going to bring up Boreas Storm, the Wicked Wind.
Oh,
what
God.
The fuck am I looking at?
Boreas Storm is such a dumb card, but it's so good.
Yeah, well, first of all, the name is dumb because guess what? In the OCG, Boreas the Sharp was just Bora. As in, Bora wins. Because they already fucked up Bora the Spear's name because he was Blast the Black Spear, which was kind of lame, so they named him Bora, but then they made a Bora in the OCG, and they made that guy Boreas. But then the OCG said, fuck you, we're making a guy. Keep in mind, this is 2022, so like Konami can check what the TCG named guys. No, they chose to name this guy Boreas, which is the other, Boreas is the god of the North Wind, Auster was the god of the South Wind. Again, like, to call to comparison between those two cards. They named this guy Full Blast, named him Boreas, and then just told the TCG to deal with it, so they named him Boreas Storm. And also, he was Mafu no Boreasu, so, evil wind or demonic wind, so they called him Wicked Wind.
That's
so
fine.
His name is like a little tricksy.
I'm not going to blame the name. I'm not going to blame the name part. Can we talk about this fuck-ass design?
Remy Tim!
What in the rejected Common Rider Villain Depot ass design is this?
This design is bad. I will say that straight up. I don't like. He doesn't fully offend my eyes. Like I can't be mad at the purple and orange because of the Remy Tim jokes.
Oh no,
it is a very striking contrast. But parts of this design are very bad. So he's got some really goofy ass chain sights. He's got chain commas, but they're dumb. They made them dumb. He's got armored wings. He's got a Konami orb in his face, like the original Armor Master. His feet are blades, chat. They're not talons. They're covered in blades, including the heel. He's got razor blade skates because he flies. I guess I don't fucking know.
So
fly now.
This is so fucking. I don't know if they meant to do this on purpose.
He's got Konami orbs in his wings. He has asymmetrical. No, he has the same number of Konami orbs in his wings. They're just hidden by one of his shoulders.
I don't need to know if this is on purpose, but I can at least explain the heel thing, the heel blade. So I'm going to give Konami a little bit of credit. They probably don't deserve it. But putting blades on the heels of chickens is actually something fairly common in cockfighting.
True.
To make
a little bit of a weird
dangerous
reference in a quote-unquote children's card game, but yeah.
Well, it's supposed to be the evil one, so I can... Look, it's the only way the blade heels make sense. If not for that, they literally are like don't.
No, he's got inline skates on his feet. He's an ice skater. That's it. He's,
but I
the
want to
North
talk
Wind.
about the worst part of this design to me. The armor feathers on his legs and wrists.
Yes,
That
no,
look
that
like
was another thing that
toes.
jumped out at me that I also was thinking about.
Why?
His armor plates on his arms and legs is over-designed with fake feather designs. Like, you would see them in an over-designed... Sorry, I had to respond to something in Vintage Story chat. Lucky's just flying around on his dragon looking for stuff that people didn't loot already, because apparently Lucky and I need to, like, put rules that if you, like, go, more than a couple of, whatchamacallit, chunks from spawn, before we can go a couple of chunks from spawn, you, like, explode and die. But...
I'm sorry, hey, that thing he found that I found a while ago, I did mention it. But people just forget when Wolf says things.
I mean, yes, but also, like, you're not posting pictures of these things necessarily, and, like, you're just being, like, wandering around being like, oh, I found this thing.
I can't post pictures because I can't take a screen cap.
F12 doesn't work? What's wrong with you?
No.
It's very weird, by the way.
Whenever I screenshot button, it always tries to do, like, the screen cap, and then my camera just zooms to the fucking... at my character's feet.
It's very weird. You probably have a conflict, like a key conflict somewhere. Don't know why, but yeah, like, it's not just you though. But like, yeah, it's like, yes, Lucky is not. When you just say casually in VC, "Oh, I found this weird pillar thing," like, yeah, he's not gonna remember that. He's like me. He's farming 10,000 flax, or he's building like a new windmill, just like I'm fucking hammering out iron blooms. And then he finds it, and your response is, "Oh, I found that already. I mentioned that before." And he's just like, my day is ruined and my enthusiasm is dead. But now he's found an underwater windmill, which is fucking what? So I had to say something out of Vintage Story chat.
That is crazy, though.
Anyway, to recenter, yes, the parts of this guy's design are just crazy bad, which is funny.
No, I'm gonna say all of it. I'm gonna say all. Well, except for the purple and.
Yeah, no, like I said, his purple hair and then the orange feather, like, color scheme stuff, not terrible.
I actually really like the contrast.
No, and like, they keep his other primary colors simple to, like, metal gray and black.
Like, I almost feel like I need to apologize. I feel like I need to apologize to Onimaru. Yeah, for, like, calling him, like, an over-designed evil hero design, because, dear God, did I blow that one too early?
Yeah, this guy is literally the evil wind. The problem is that, like, this is the thing I was talking about, chat, where I was like, you can just make synchro tuners. Hey, hi, it's Boreas the Wicked, Boreas Storm the Wicked Wind. Level 6 Darkwing Beast synchro tuner. 2400 attack, 1200 defense. He is Dark Tuner locked, interestingly enough, because they know enough about making cards too generic. But this card says, if this card is synchro summoned, you can send a Blackwing from your deck to the graveyard. If you do, this card's level becomes the same as that monster. Hey, he has that dumb level fixing shit that some of the Assault Blackwings had, but good. When this card destroys a monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can banish a Blackwing from your graveyard or face-up field except the destroyed monster. Special summon the destroyed monster to your field and defense position. You can only use each effect once per turn. So yeah, no, he's a synchro tuner that steals monsters to, like, level fuck with, and then also he foolish burials to level fix himself. This card's crazy good. This is a great level 6.
Yeah, no, this is one of the best synchros in Blackwing.
Like, I think this guy for your 6s probably trims out like it's weird to say, but probably trims out No Thung and Armed Wing for sure. Like,
it doesn't trim out No Thung. You often
it's true
run
that No Thung's
one,
like a non. No Thung's a non-tuner, so you can make it work.
Yeah, you often run one No Thung, 2 of this guy, is what I've seen in most lists.
No,
because No Thung still does have the extra normal stuff.
Yeah.
Which
yeah,
triggers
that's
Black
very useful.
Whirlwind,
Yes.
so you want that.
Also, chat may recall that at one point in time, we talked about, that one Blackwing tuner, what was just the girl one. Breeze. We made Breeze 2.
Oh, is this the awful
Chinook
one?
the Snow Blast.
Yes, no, this is the awful one. Okay.
I mean, I don't know if I would say awful, because it's. I mean, compared to like other stuff, like as literally just Breeze 2.
I don't
Yeah.
know. This gives me weird vibes.
You would have the same weird vibes about Breeze. It's like I said, you're just late to the party here, you know. I had weird vibes about Breeze. Seeing this, I'm just like, this is just Breeze 2. I've already had my emotional response. The thing about this that is weird to me is, so she's called Chinook the Snow Blast. Setsugeki no
Yeah,
Chinuku.
that's the other part.
So, if you don't know,
I'm gonna disagree.
Chinook
Omega.
winds. Chinook winds are a type of winds in North America that like bring in unseasonably warm. They can melt snow. So this card is named Snowmelt the Snow Blast. Like, it's weird. They're doing like a fire and ice thing, but I'm like, you're
that
fucking
is what
Blackwings.
Breeze the Zephyr kind of is, but it's also like. And also, oh my god, I will say, I do think this has weirder vibes than Breeze. Breeze does still have weird vibes, but these vibes are weirder to me.
Fair enough.
I think it's because it looks more anthropomorphized than Breeze. Like, Breeze still looks like a Pokemon to me.
I guess that is true.
Because
This
this
one
one
is
has,
closer to Bird Woman.
This one looks like a little girl in a costume.
Is this because
More
this one
than-
has a slightly more pronounced like hip?
I think it's
No,
'cause it
Breeze
has, like, a
Breeze
skin
has a
tone
little bit
thing,
of hip
whereas
lines. I think it's more that like
it's the skin tone thing where it's like it looks like it has flesh skin and then feathers, whereas
yeah,
I'm pretty sure Breeze is just orange.
Breeze is just
Yeah,
orange.
Breeze is just orange.
Chinook does have kind of like pale skin colored bits. Also, her torso is a little bit longer, so like the proportions are different.
Like I said, once again, I wouldn't be surprised if this card came from an innocent place, but also I wouldn't be surprised if the opposite were to right.
Anyway,
This is not
Chinook
as
is
bad
another
as the
Darkwind
one
Blast
Fairy Tail
card,
card.
and she is pretty good. She is a level 2 non-tuner, 100 attack, 700 defense, so you can always search this card, basically. And you can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard, target a monster your opponent controls. Send a Blackwing Synchro monster or a Blackwing Dragon from your extra deck to the graveyard, and if you do until the end of this turn, the target monster is a 700 and is negated. This is a quick effect if you control a Dark Synchro monster. You can use each effect once per turn. So this is just like basically a really convoluted way to play Dogmatica Punishment in your Blackwing deck,
Yeah.
but it's not the worst.
I think there's two problems with this card. One, you can just play Dogmatica Punishment, and it's better.
I mean, it's not better because you're locked out of extra deck summoning for 2 turns.
Oh, right, I keep
If you
forgetting
do
about
it.
that. Okay, so it's not better, but
So it's
I just feel like this card has been powered.
but Dogmatica Punishment also just straight up destroys that monster. This is like an Effect Veiler with extra steps. I genuinely think Effect Veiler is such a good card. You could just play 3 Veiler in this slot instead of Chinook. I know
Yeah.
it's a level 1 tuner and not a level 2 non-tuner that you can like search, but like you can fucking find Effect Veiler, okay, chat?
like, once again, I don't think this card is bad. I just think this card is
so
power-prepped.
like Effect Veiler is like
Has
also
better
your opponent's turn only, but like that.
Yeah.
They tried to give this card more utility than playing generic cards like Veiler and Punishment and stuff. I just think that, like, it doesn't do enough to make it worth it in your deck just because you can search this off any normal summon, you know? Like,
And I feel
it's
like
a cool
other
idea.
Blackwing, like there's a better Blackwing level 2. Like, did you guys do Big Legs? I can't remember his actual name.
if you can't tell me his actual name, I can't tell you which one was Big
Uh,
Leg.
hold
There's a
on.
lot of these fuckers. So, like,
Harmatan
Harmatan the Dust,
Harmatan?
yes. That was from the original
Okay, you
anime
did do
wave.
Big Leg.
Yeah.
I think Big Legs is better.
Longer than Big Leg, but yeah, no. Harmatan is a free special summon as a level 2. Yes,
Yeah.
that's and like at 800 attack, he's still pretty searchable. Like there, I see what Konami's trying to do with Chinook, but I also I see why Blackwing didn't blow the fuck up when this support wave came out, right? Like I remember
But,
in 2022 being like, oh, these cards are pretty good, and then it's like,
Well,
you know.
Chinook is
wasn't that
like not bad. Like I can see people playing Chinook mostly just because it's a level 2 and you need some kind of non-tuner level 2.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately most
Levels
of
are
Blackwing's
important.
level 2s are tuner. So, I don't know. It's not the worst card. Art is, like I said.
No, we got it. You don't like the art. I get it. I feel like I was already like attacked because of Breeze, so I'm just kind of like, this does not psychically assault me any more than already my comments about Breeze.
Oh, this is not nearly as bad as, like I said, the fairy tale stuff.
I mean, and that's something I won't fight you on.
But the main thing I think is just like, it's a very like. They're trying to do weird contrast shit, and I don't think it works with like the warm wind versus snow blast.
Bird? Did you do Chris yet?
Oh, we did Chris earlier. You just missed him. Yeah, we did Chris.
Oh, sad.
Honestly, yeah, Chris up close, Chris is a pretty cool guy. It's because he's wearing a mask.
He does look like a crackhead, though. Like,
well, like he looks like a crackhead from afar. Like when you see him blown up, it's just a mask. Like it's just a
no, but he still looks like a crack. Like it's not just that; it's the positioning and everything.
I mean, that is true. But we did make the joke, like, because he has a finger raised. Loth said he looks like he's about to say, like, fun fact, and I was like, yeah, fun fact. I'm going to stab you with this knife.
Ah.
This is Shamal the Sandstorm. I think let me double check.
This is the power creep Oscar.
Yes, no. Also, this is like the first guy in a long time who has a fucking name that makes sense. Shamal winds are, desert winds in Persia. So Shamal the Sandstorm. Holy shit, my god. We've done it. We're making sense again.
This is one of the best Blackwing tuners ever.
Yeah, no, this is a crazy good card. Art design-wise, also, he's a bird. But he's cool. He's a cool bird. Look at his feathers.
I think Shamal is a shoe.
Look at those giant ass eyebrows.
I don't think the eyebrows drawn. Or sorry, not the eyebrows. The eye design is drawn cutesy enough to be a girl. Like to compare to like Chinook, I think Shamal is like a normal bird. He from the same genre as like Blizzard. He's got like a vertical mohawk thing. That's it's kind of like a rooster comb on. But it is just a bird. So like how you truly could not tell.
Well, I mean, Konami, you can actually tell very easily, but the problem is Konami has already shot themselves in the foot. Spoiler, the Oscar should technically be a guy, and Shamal should be a girl. Because generally, the more colorful you are, the more likely you're a male.
But also, Dallas, we don't know what kinds of birds these are. Like, that's true for, like, songbirds, but, like, birds of prey, for instance, are usually uniformly colored for camouflage.
Well, yeah.
Like,
no,
and like
any kind
they're
of
called
colorful bird is usually
Blackwings, so, like, some of them, I think, are supposed to be, like, crows and blackbirds, like Corvidae. Some of them are definitely more, like, predator birds. Like, this is a hook, so, like, this could be, like a sparrowhawk or, like, a shrike.
Yeah, I think it's a red
desert hawk.
Yeah.
But no, you're right that some of them, like, Oster is, like, would be a male bird, even though being brightly colored, because that is actually, like, because that guy looks like a songbird, and that's how male songbirds are usually, or the braider ones. The females are usually more drably colored for... They're both, like, evolutionary strategies. The males are brightly colored to show off for mating displays. The females are usually softer colored so that you can't find their nests.
The reason I think Shamal is a female... using my is because I think Shamal is supposed to be a hawk specifically, and specifically a red-tailed hawk, just because of the coloring and plumage and stuff, and also being in deserts. Because yes, California is still a desert, even though it's like people are here. Is because red-tailed hawk are one of the few hawk species where the females are bigger and are more aggressive than males. I can't remember why, but I watched too much Animal Planet.
I mean, a lot of birds have sexual dimorphism that way. Personally, I think you're being a little too Americocentric with being like, oh, it's like a red-tailed hawk. Like, I do think it is reddish, but also hawks are very famous in the Middle Eastern area, in like North Africa and
also
like
America.
Asia
You're being way too generous with being America-centric. I'm being California-centric. Let's be very clear.
Actually, it's true. It is weird also, like, so this is the Master Duel scan, right? This looks a lot like how it looks on paper. I feel like the colors are, like, weirdly muted by design because of this sandstorm effect, but, like, the sandstorm's not in front of them, but it looks very faded in person also. So there's some weird stuff about the coloring. Anyway, we're arguing about sexing birds a little too much, which is a shame.
Okay,
we don't need to do that because
Let's
Shamal is a
phrase it
crazy
that
good
way,
card.
please.
Should we go to the?
That is actually how you
Yu-Gi-Oh
phrase
card,
it, though, Loth.
The Yu-Gi-Oh are
I know.
Yu-Gi-Oh are they a woman list?
No, let's not bring that up. That list got all the hatred it deserved. Some would say people didn't make fun of them enough, even though they deleted it after they were
What
made
list?
fun of. You don't remember it was a meme for like a week because they deleted it off. The not Yugipedia, but the Yu-Gi-Oh fandom wiki had a list which was like category cards that are female, and it was bad, like how it criteriaed things and like made judgment calls. And at
Jesus
least
Christ.
MBT pulled it up on stream and made fun of them. I think also like Farfa did too, like a lot of streamers did. So after like a week, they deleted the category, rightly so. Deserved. But anyway, Shamal the Sandstorm, level 4 tuner, 1600 attack, 0 defense, so not unsearchable, but you got to be careful about searching it. But the big rig here, you can send this card from your hand to the field or from hand or field to graveyard to place 1 Black Feather Whirlwind. We'll talk about what that does in a second because they retrained Black Whirlwind. So that was also brand new. From your deck, face up in your spell trap zone. This dodges Ash Blossom. If a Blackwing Synchro Monster or Blackwing Dragon is special summoned to your field while this card's in the graveyard, except the damage step, banish this card, target a Blackwing in your graveyard, add it to your hand, take 700. You can use each effect once per turn. Also, this card can be special summoned from your deck or hand or wherever. So, it's a level 4 tuner you can special summon, and also, it's great.
Yeah, no, this is, like I said, other than the retrain of Vayu, arguably this is the best tuner in Blackwing.
Yeah. Like, Gale still is really good, being a free special and having that attack having effect for forever.
Gale has one problem, unfortunately. Is actually being level 3 really hurts Gale. Genuinely now. Because of how the
These days,
synchros
yeah,
work out.
three is not an optimal number, but you can make it work. But this is Black Feather Whirlwind. This is the retrain. It was mentioned, so we'll talk about it now. This is another continuous spell that says once per turn, if you special summon a Dark Synchro monster from the extra deck, you can target one of your Blackwing monsters or Blackwing Dragon that's banished or in your graveyard, but let's attack, special summon it. Once per turn, if a Dark monster you control guard event, you move a Black Feather counter instead. So it turns Blackwing Dragon's dumb Black Feather counters into protection, basically. And also, this card is the other half of Black Whirlwinds. And there are cards that add Black Whirlwinds. That is Simoon, we mentioned him earlier. So, like, they already had setup for Black Whirlwind, so they made Black Whirlwind 2, and then they gave you a setup card for it. It's also a level 4 tuner that can be special summoned, so it's a phenomenal card. Black Feather Whirlwind means that when you synchro summon, all your synchros are dark usually. There are, like, generics you can play, obviously, like Stardust, but most of your in archetype lists are dark. So, when you make a dark synchro, this means you immediately get to summon back one of the materials you made it for, or one of your other synchros, or, like, whatever. So, great extender card to keep recycling your guys.
Can I please tell... have you already gone over the Blackwing name in other languages?
Oh, no, I don't think we mentioned it yet.
Oh, because I love the Blackwing name in fucking German.
Of course, yes. Yes, no, German is usually... It's funny because English is a language that's closer to German than to Romance languages, but I feel like the German names are always so funny because German is just a language where you...
For whatever reason, colors are very different in German than English.
Yeah, I don't know why. There's probably some historical reason for that, but like maybe colors or something where we got a bunch of like loan words.
I think we got them from France. Groups. I feel like we got them from France in Spanish.
No, because like the French is like Aile Noir, you know, like that is wing of black.
Or maybe. But
it might be from like other Celtic dialects, or it might be from like further north. Anyway, there's a reason for it that I don't know, but we can figure it out. But yeah, Schwarzflügel is the German, and it's like way more syllables than it needs to be.
I think to me, the reason I think Shamal is a girl, I just realized is because Shamal, I've heard as a female name before. So
I think I've heard it as a male name. Like it's not. It's not normally both, that kind of proper noun. So I don't know.
I've heard it as both.
Maybe hey, Shamal, you can be NB.
Yeah. Their gender is bird.
Our next guy's gender is I'm gonna fucking kill you, because it is actually time to talk about Simoon the Poison Wind.
Oh yeah, no.
This is the epitome in this deck of evil ass bird that I hate. Like, there is no more other guy in this archetype who is evil bird that I hate coded. Chat, look at this fucker.
Well, I
Not to
hate
say it's a
most
bad
birds,
design,
so...
but like, look at this guy.
Oh no, I actually think this design is very good. It's just
Evil ass bird.
Oh yeah, no, this guy is a hater.
Once again, just getting vibes of like, check out this fish I caught.
I think this guy, like, I'm pretty sure if I found some 40k books and ripped this open, I think this guy is a Zinchian demon.
No,
I know Zinchian's usually blue, but like he also has pink horrors.
He's not Zinchian. He's not Zinchian because he is definitely Papa Nurgle.
Well, he is the Poison Wind, that's true. But like, yeah, this guy's a weird ass hot pink bird, like. But he's like doing poison droplets. Like, I like him.
Fun fact: they're not using the word correct, the correct word. But the reason he is called the Poison Wind is it's named after a samum, which is a type of desert wind, which is from the root word, which means to poison.
Yeah, because I think it's like
so
a
they're
hot,
doing
like,
a pun in Arabic.
Drought wind. Yeah.
Sahmum or Sahmum. Sahmum. I can't do it. My bronchitis is debuffing my
your
ability
pronunciation
to correctly.
But like, yes, no. It is also like the pronunciation, I think, is a little, like, technically a little closer to the original Arabic in Japanese, where he is literally Dokukaze, which is literally Poison Wind. No, Shimun, long U.
Well, no, Simum is the correct pronunciation in Arabic. It's the one that means to poison, which is the same root word, which is.
Well, like I said, that's what I mean. Like the Japanese
Sahmum.
pronunciation is closer because it is like I said, Shimun. Like, it's not quite Shimum, but that's, can you end on an M in Japanese? No, you have to end on a vowel or N. So like
it sounds
limitations of the
you
language.
could also call it Sahmun.
Sounds like I'm
like
hearing the Japanese dub of Gurren Lagann, just trying to talk about Simon.
Yes.
Fun fact: another word name for this has been Samael.
Damn.
Thank you, Turkey.
But yeah, Simoon is not like the best transliteration to English. It's
the Red
close
Danger
to the
noodle
Arabic,
from
but
S&T?
like drop some stuff. Anyway, this guy's crazy good. Now, this is a level 6 main deck monster.
Yeah, no, I realize why they call it the Poison Wind. During a Simoom, temperatures may exceed 54 degrees Celsius or 135 Fahrenheit. So you can just
you just keel over
fire.
Yeah.
Fire wind.
You might keel over dead. Your plants will, if exposed, will mysteriously wilt and die.
Yeah.
You just die.
Yeah. No, it makes perfect sense. Anyway, level 6 winged beast, 1600 attack, 2000 defense. So again, actually searchable. That said, you want to control no monsters, so you want to just natty draw Seamoon. If you control no monsters and have this card in your hand, you can banish one other Blackwing monster in your hand. Place a Black Whirlwind from your deck face up in your spell trap zone. Then either send this card to the graveyard, or immediately after this effect resolves, normal summon it without tributing. That's right. I like how that's an either or. You just get to fucking immediately summon this guy as a 1600 normal summon and add any tuner you like. You can't special summon from the extra deck for the rest of this turn except dark monsters. You can only use this effect once per turn. During the end phase...
whatever. Well, my lobster is too buttery and my steak is too juicy.
Also, it does have a cost, but it's a cost that's in the end phase after you don't give a shit. During the end phase, send the Black Whirlwind placed by this effect to the graveyard, and if you do, take 1000 damage.
I'm going to say, I actually really like this design after reading its effect and about the thing it's named after. Because looking at it now, I think what they were going for, and it kind of worked, is it's a very, evil, necromancer type vibe.
Yeah.
It's very, he looks like he's about to cast a fucking spell that is going to make you miserable.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I just love the pink. Like, this specific shade of pink is so good
No,
in
like,
otherwise dark color
like,
palette. It's so
this
good.
like almost magenta-y, like reddish pink, or like I said, like hot pink tones.
Dark neon pink.
It's a very good look, because like, to me, it screams unnaturalness in some way, because there are not exactly this kind of like reddish purple in nature. You know, like,
but usually if an animal is colored like that, it usually means don't fucking touch me.
Yeah, no, it's a poison warning color, but like it's one of those shades that like is not normally seen in nature. And like, I think we've had this debate before, but talking about different things. But like, if you want to talk about like color theory, like magenta is one of those cases where it's like not technically a real color. Magenta is the color your eye perceives as the color spectrum wraps back around from violet to red. In real life, if you go past violet, you know, you go to non-visible light. But, you know, color spectrum work differently.
The only neon pink animals I can think of are either poison or an animal that feels like it's an alien, which is an axolotl.
Mm-hmm. And even then, an axolotl is like a softer kind of like bright pink. Like,
some of them can get. I mean, parts of them are that magenta. Like,
you're right. I think some of them can get deeper color.
There's what are they called? The things on the sides of the head.
You're right.
Gills,
actually, some of those can be their little gill antlers can get deeper colors.
Yeah.
I was thinking of kind of their bodies, which are more of like a soft pink.
No, this is what I'm
there are also, I want to say, I think the only other thing that comes to mind with this color scheme is like, which are also venomous, but like sea anemones. Like, there are sea creatures that are this color, but they're usually poisonous.
Nudibranch. 90% of animals that are this color are poisonous. Like, I can think of centipedes, and sea anemones, sea snails. Like, most animals that are this color are either going to kill you or are the axolotl, which, as I mentioned, is kind of an alien.
They are definitely weird little guys, but yeah, no. This is a card that like, this color screams, I'm toxic, don't touch me, do not eat.
Yeah, the bright neon sign that says.
So now we're going to go back to
This is the animal I was thinking of. This is what comes to mind when I see hot pink animal. We're
gonna grab a different sort of guy, and when was this printed? This was in Darkwing Blast. Okay, so like, I'm gonna assume this was probably meant to like, that's still like a little brighter than like because Seamoon has kind of that ombre effect, right? Like fading to from a darker to a lighter color. But no, this Dallas has posted a centipede that is like hot pink, its legs, and it's like, I know, that's like the tips of Seamoon.
Fun fact: the dragon centipede excretes hydrogen cyanide.
Ugh, gross. So now we're gonna talk about a different guy who I don't hate his design, but it's definitely dorkier. This guy feels like we were trying to patch the manga Blackwings, and so we got Sudri the Phantom Glimmer, except that's not correct. The Japanese way is pronounced Genyo no Suzuri, because that's the Nordic squiggle sign that looks like a D. It's a Skathi situation. This should be like Suthuri, because he's named after one of the 4 weird dwarves. So, there's a lot wrong here. The TCG just made his name Sudri instead of, like, Suthuri, like, the proper sound. Or even Suzuri, which would be, like, Susuri would be, like, more close. But also...
Nordri, Sudri, Ostri, Vestri.
Yes. Which I'm gonna guess is probably related to, like, the 4 corners or the 4 winds or something.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. But also, like...
To be fair to Konami... most things have translated Sudri as Sudri incorrectly.
Okay, that's probably not Konami of America's fault. They probably looked how to translate that guy's name to English letters, Roman letters, and somebody just said, just do Sudri, and it's like, well, I guess. That said, aesthetically, I'm like, I don't hate this guy. I'm just like, what's your deal, man? Like, he does have a little bit of the weird, like, tribal markings, which is a little odd. Nordic peoples did have tattoos. The pop culture tattooed Viking style like isn't as supported based on like bog mummies and stuff. But they did have access to tattoos. It was just different than how you see it on like TV or in Assassin's Creed. Yeah. This guy's patterns like feel a little more like Native American style, I want to say, with like the triangles interlocking. He's blue though, but like this guy's named after a wind dwarf. Is that why he has guns? Does he have guns because he's a dwarf? I don't know. It's weird.
Possibly. I do really like his aesthetic though. Like,
yeah, like honestly,
like, I don't know
like
what
I don't
it is,
hate him, but he's like
it's cohesively done. Like I like
see
his
this guy and I'm
tails.
just like, you're cool. You don't necessarily perfectly fit with any of the previous guys I've seen, but you're cool.
I do feel like him coming out because he came out at the same time as Simoon, right?
Let me actually check. I think Simoon was like.
I feel like if they did, that's very oddly fitting because they have the same kind of commit
so
to the
Simoon
bit
is from
aesthetic.
Legendary Duelists in like 2018.
Okay.
Sudri is from Darkwing Blast. This guy is from the same set where they did Borea Storm for comparison. Which is more dunking on Borea Storm. But that's what I said. Like that's where the design. This is from the same set where we just got Chinook and Borea Storm, and we got this guy, and I'm like, man, you're the guy who's like rolling up to the club with your friends, and I'm like, man, you should leave those guys behind.
Yeah, I really like his aesthetic just because it's like, he has just this kind of like different. Like I said, I liked because they've just given up on being uniform at this point. Like, there's no real set aesthetic. I really like the Blackwings that can set themselves apart.
Yeah,
and he definitely feels like.
Sorry, I stumbled over my words there for a second. I think that the thing to say is that the Blackwings have had like three separate phases of design that were all different. And so the end result is now that they're not producing anime with Blackwings anymore, they are just kind of a mess. Like the 5Ds were internally consistent, though they were split between like the low-level guys and the high-level guys. The manga was doing its own thing, and then Arc 5 with the Assault Blackwings was kind of doing its own thing. And so we are like here. And Sudri is like not quite like any of those guys. He's probably closest to the manga designs, but he's still doing his own thing, and I think he's better for it. He is much more distinct as a result.
I really like his bird parts too.
Yeah,
because like he's really like fully like because a lot of the Blackwings, especially the early 5Ds ones, are kind of like bird in name only.
Yeah,
like Zephyr, he just has two wings, or even Bora. You just got that like. This dude is like fully like no, or not Bora. Who am I thinking of? Sirocco. That's what I'm thinking of. This guy is fully committed to the bird.
Oh, okay.
He's got a beautiful.
I just realized you were talking about like level 5 tuners. They had a really good level 5 tuner. But for some reason the wiki stripped this guy from the list of cards. Probably because he's banned and he deserves it. But I just realized this guy was a 5Ds, not a 5Ds, an Arc 5 era guy that we haven't talked about yet. So we'll bring up Gofu in a second. Because I was just thinking, the wiki is trying to like expunge him from history. They're editing him out like pictures by Stalin. But let's talk about Sudri first, because he's a great card.
Yeah, no, Sudri is...
this is another Primo level 4. So, honestly, Blackwing did not have a great non-tuner normal summon. Like, obviously, old cards like Shura and Bora, like, if you have Black Whirlwind, they are good searches. Auster, had a good normal summon effect. Obviously, Simoon normal summons himself without tributing as part of his effect, but that, is part of his effect, right? Like, you have to banish a guy from your hand, normal summon him immediately as kind of like an effect extension. You still keep your regular normal, which that was probably designed to wombo come with Auster as well, because you would banish a guy with Simoon, normal summon Simoon off his own effect, put Black Whirlwind, search Auster, normal summon Auster, grab the banished Blackwing back, start syncering, kind of a thing. But Sudri also has an on-normal summon effect, which is add a card that mentions Blackwing Dragon from your deck to your hand, except Sudri. So that's pretty all right. That makes Auster searchable inherently. That makes several of your spell traps searchable. That makes Black Feather Whirlwind searchable without doing the discard effect of Shamal. Then you can contribute one monster, special summon a Phantom Glimmer token. This is why I also thought of Gofu. Then you take 700 damage. You can't special summon from the extra deck the turn you activate this effect except synchro monsters. You can do this effect once per turn. So Sudri is basically just the fair version of Gofu and a little bit Steam the Cloak. I can't remember if Steam was legal again when they printed Sudri, because Steam got banned for a little bit for Hulk crimes. When they finally got Hulk, Steam could come back.
It's funny. Steam is unbanned, right?
Yeah, Steam is legal right now.
Is it legal in Master Duel?
He might be banned in Master Duel because the Master Duel list is weird. So I'd have to check.
No, he's not banned.
Like,
it's just not played in Blackwing decks, which is very funny.
Yeah, like Steam, I think honestly these days Steam is too slow, and you do actually have extra deck locks. Like again, I think that was part of the issue with Blackwings in the Link era was like they didn't need their own links because they had very few like locks in the deck, so you could just make Link monsters with whatever, and you could use cards like Steam or as the card we're about to bring up, Gofu the Vague Shadow, which summon a lot of tokens. So like
Gofu cannot be on.
No, Gofu can't come back. He's too bad. His bitch too bad. His swagger too great. They'll kill him, or they did kill him actually, technically, because they sent him to jail for.
And
but
funny enough, it's never Blackwing's fault that he's banned. Like he could.
No, he's just like a free
guy.
guy.
It's like if you could make a way to be like this card is only playable in a Blackwing deck because I said so. Like he could probably come back, but. Because you can't do that because
he's written to be too generic is the problem. Yeah, like which, like I said, is why like I think Sudri is like he's the retrain of those token effects. Yeah. Also, he's got much better swag than Gofu. Gofu's own art shows Gofu going to jail.
Yes.
Like first of all, if you didn't know this because you've only ever seen him as like a tiny screen in like EDO Pro. Gofu is a guy in like a mascot suit who is imprisoned.
Yeah, Gofu is awful.
Is it okay? Is it weird? Probably because you guys did the stream like only yesterday. This guy's giving me vibes of was it Yami from Okami?
Just like a weird guy from nowhere. I mean, that guy was a fish, but yeah, no, this guy is like just weird. He has like a weird face. He's got his angry eyes on his mascot costume. And honestly, but like he's got a face in his mouth, so he's wearing a mascot costume.
Like I really don't like Gofu's look, honestly.
No, like and they know you don't like his look. He's already chained up. It's so funny that this guy was like bannably good.
The thing is, like, this guy looks like he's on the island list. Like, I'm sorry.
I mean, I wouldn't trust this guy.
Like, this guy does not look like he's in prison for, like,
well, and also, actually, I will say also, there is one format where Gofu is legal, and it's the correct one. Gofu is 0 points in Genesis because you cannot play Link monsters right now. If you could play Links in Genesis, if they ever added Links to Genesis, he would have to be like 100 or something. Like, you'd have to point him. So that you couldn't play any cool Links with him. So, if you don't know what Gofu does, Gofu is a level 5 Winged Beast tuner who's 0/0. So, like, in Blackwing, he was really searchable. But also, 0/0 cards are really easy to search in Yu-Gi-Oh! In general. There's lots of ways to do that. He cannot be summoned or set. Normal summoned or set, sorry. He must be special summoned from your hand while you control no monsters. But then when this card is special summoned from the hand, you can special summon 2 Vague Shadow tokens, which are level 1 tokens. They can't be tributed or used as synchro material. You can banish this card and one or more face-up tuners you control, non-tuners you control, sorry, target a Blackwing synchro in your graveyard whose total levels equal those, summon it back, and it's a tuner. So this is a card for anime bullshit. The problem is they made those tokens only for Gofu's effect, basically, and then made it so you can't synchro summon with them. And then they invented a type of summoning that can use tokens. This guy's fucking 3 Link materials before you even normal summon. It's crazy. Like, first card, Gofu, 3 materials, nuts. Like, it's incredibly
pretty
bullshit.
insane.
So, like, this guy's banned forever because he in the current version of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Advanced format, he only exists to be 3-link material. That's bad. That's very bad. There are too many dumbass cards. That, like... whatchamacallit, that, like, just can use tokens. It's bad. So Sudri is, like, the fair version of that guy, I think, is where we're at. And like I said, I forgot to bring him up because the wiki is trying to hide him. But yeah.
Trying to erase him.
But I think that is kind of, like I said, a commentary on a thing we brought up in the previous stream, which was talking about how, like I said, Blackwings never needed their own in-archetype Link monster because they just made so many guys you probably during the Link era could play whatever Links you liked. Like, actually, I should check. Did the 2018 support with, like, Simoon and Oster and stuff, like, make them an actual, like, tiered deck or what? I don't know. Anyway, here's Vata, the Emblem of Wandering. This is the retrain of Vayu. Burai no Vata, Vata the Knave. This guy's even more delinquent than Vayu. I would dare say this guy's even leveling up. We are, with this color palette, this is almost the Kazuma Kiryu of Blackwings.
Which one? Sorry.
The Kazuma Kiryu, the Dragon of Dojuba? The protagonist of Yakuza?
Yeah.
Who infamously wears, the white suit, red tie.
This design is almost perfect.
Yeah.
Almost?
What don't you like about it?
What can you get? What do you think it is?
There are a couple things that I think
it's a color issue.
Do you want his blue hair to be red?
I want his blue hair to be any other shade.
Yeah, no, it's not the best contrast with his red shirt to have his blue hair. I was wondering if you were going to nitpick about his weird foot rings, like his sandals only
those
link
are
up
like
to
Yakuza rings.
They only link up to like one half of his foot.
Like this guy is obviously
also
giving gangster and or Yakuza vibes, so I'm fine with needless jewelry.
The thing I thought it might be is I'm not sure what's up with the way his eyes are drawn. It's like hard to tell like where his like iris and like pupil lines are.
Yeah,
but also they're really small, so it's not a big deal.
That's what
I'll say this:
like,
if this card came out in 2026, I would be worried it was AI generated because AI is infamously bad at drawing eyeballs. I think that it's just the artist couldn't draw his eyes that tiny. Is
you know what I wish? I really wish. I wish this was a darker shade of blue, like navy blue or purple.
No, that would...
And then make the red a little brighter.
So if you don't know, chat, if you've ever looked at your color wheel...
Saturated.
If you've ever looked at your color wheel, red and blue are not actually, like, opposing colors. Like, they're separate. You have to adjust the shades a little so they, like, complement or contrast each other.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, I think
like I said,
that, like...
Overall, I like the
design.
It's just...
Actually,
I feel like if this was in black and white, like in a manga panel, this would be hard as fuck. This feels like some of those manga panels that when you see them colored, you're like, that's a little bit worse than I imagined.
Yeah.
And I think specifically they picked blue hair because they wanted this guy to be he's a retrain of Vayu, obviously, but he is also like he's meant to be like the blue Oni to his red Oni, you know?
Yeah. No, I understand.
So let me grab the original Vayu Emblem of Honor art.
We can understand that. We may not like it.
Yeah, no, like I said, I don't even think it's a color change necessary. Like, obviously, I prefer purple, but that's because I prefer anything purple.
So I was going to say this. I appreciate that Dallas is here because I do not have much to add in terms of, like, how good this card is or anything, so... Because I've been a bit silent.
No, it's fair. I don't have much to add on in terms of like how good these cards are, but I can judge art.
I just want I forgot his name, the guy on the right. I want his fucking hair color to be bright orange because I just want cool ball bird.
That's fair. You're amazing.
Yes.
You're amazing. I mean, you can kind of get those vibes, yeah. So I brought up our old friend Vayu.
I'm gonna be honest. Vada completely mods Vayu.
Oh no,
Vada
no.
was so much better.
You can tell Vayu is from 5Ds, right? Like, and Vata is like, no, we've got digital artists now. Also, I just think for a Blackwing, the color scheme of black bird, white suit is way better than Vayu being a white bird with a red comb that makes him look a little bit like a chicken, and then like a like black school uniform, like Boncho coat.
Also, Vada just looks tougher. Like, they've made him, like, slightly wider in a more intimidating way. Like, I don't know how else to put it. Like, did you ever... This is going to be a really fucking weird poll, but...
Go for it, Dallas.
Did you ever see Ninja Batman?
I don't think I watched it front... I don't think I watched it front to back, but I've seen a lot of... No, I definitely haven't seen the sequel straight up.
Hey,
No,
Ninja
I've
Batman
clipped
is
from
a
them,
very generic movie. I really like Ninja Batman 2 because it just did this weird fucking thing where they were just like, what if all of the Justice League were in the Yakuza?
Yeah, I've seen some screen caps of that, but I
And
haven't
they have
seen
like
the
slightly
movie through and
chubby
through.
Superman as a Yakuza member, and I just fucking love it.
That's
See
a
if I
pretty
can bring
good
up a
one.
picture of Yakuza Superman.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen it, but I can't picture it in my head. While you're grabbing that, let me explain Vata real quick, because Vata's a great card. He like is the card I think that like really helps make the support wave. Like, I fucking forgot Shamal. Shamal is also like a phenomenal like level 4 tuner that actually does some great stuff, but like Vada brings some serious sauce to this deck, and people talked about him as being changing. So he is a level 2 Darkwing Beast tuner. 800 attack, 0 defense, so he's pretty easy to search. If you control a Blackwing monster other than Vata, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon Vata once per turn this way. During your main phase, you can send this card on the field to the graveyard along with one or more non-tuner Blackwing monsters from your deck, so that the total levels equal exactly 8. If you do, special summon Blackwing Dragon from your extra deck. You can't special summon the rest of this turn except dark monsters. You can use this effect once per turn. So, Vayu sends, Vayu banishes from graveyard to summon. Vata sends one guy from deck. However, because you actually have reason in this deck, because of like stuff like Black Feather Whirlwind and stuff like that, they actually give you a combo where you climb through Black-Winged Dragon. So, like, Vata just being, like, a free special summon, and then you Foolish Burial a guy for free to summon out Black-Winged Dragon, like, to cheat it out without having to fuck with summoning it normally, is actually a really important part of your combo. And unlike Vayu, who can't be used as a tuner on field, face-up on field, can only be used for his effect in graveyard, you can still use Vata to do normal Synchro things if you don't want to cheat out Blackwing Dragon. So it's a weirdy one. But he's a good card.
I've got nothing else to add.
Actually, I'll just superimpose this image over the screen so chat can see. It's a pretty good idea.
God.
Yeah, Vatu does have that vibe. Or Vata. You want to say Vatu? No, it's Vayu Vata. And then is this? Yeah, this was in Darkwing Blast. Zonda the Dusk. That guy gives me like, I don't. Maybe it's because he's got a Z. Because I'm like, is this guy like a retrain of Zephyros? Because that guy has been. We talked about Zephyros last time because he was from the anime, but Zephyros is like a really weird guy who like shows up way more in non-Blackwing decks because he's got weird ass utility.
By the way, do you want to know what this guy's name is? It's very funny. What do you think they made Superman the Yakuza's name?
Lacus Kentis?
No, not Yakuza enough. Kuraku.
Okay. That is pretty
Kuraku,
good.
okay.
Kuraku.
Yes. Is it,
And they could even go Kento.
Kuraku,
'cause
the
that's
Man
like,
of Steel.
Oh, the Man of Steel. That's nice. You can do Kent because if you put a Japanese spin on that would just be Kento, which is like a normal man's name. Anyway, Zonda the Dusk. I will pull him up. This is another one in the genre of bird with sword, but he's got a much better sword than most of the birds we've seen. Not all of them, because the katanas for some of these guys were pretty normal, but like this guy has a cool sword, like fantasy sword, that's actually like good.
like I said, I know I'm the weird one, but I like No Dung's fucking slab of metal.
No Thung was okay, but it was a very like big, chunky, wacky fantasy sword. This is like an obsidian and lava sword that's just like otherwise normal sword shape.
This is the kind of weirdo guy you fight in one of the fucking Dark Souls DLCs.
Oh my god, it is. Or alternatively, this is a Dark Souls sword that you can get out of a box.
Yeah, might be a set you can wear to look like a Birdman. The interesting thing, by the way, is they called him Zonda the Dusk. His name in Japanese is literally translated as Zonda the Timely Night. So Dusk like works way better. This is I think I was right about calling him like a almost like a Zephyros homage. This is a classic Blackwing. He is kind of like crimson skinned for some reason, kind of like a sea moon, but you can see a guy's face in there. He's wearing a bird mask, a bird helmet. He also has bird legs, but he is a guy in a bird hat. So like an old school Blackwing, but he's also being like on fire. And I think that's because the Zonda is the regional name for a type of wind, which is the hot air that comes down a mountain. It's the term used in Patagonia. So who else was named after the fun wind? Fane the Steel Chain. That's right. They really fucked that guy's name up. Anyway, Zonda the Dusk, everybody. Level 6 Dark-Winged Beast, 2300 attack, 900 defense. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck except synchros. That's a lot of what the 2022 Blackwings was about, was actually putting locks on this fucking deck. You can't special summon from the extra deck except synchros. You can only use each one of the following effects per turn, only once that turn. If this card is normal or special summoned, target a monster on the field, return it to the hand. So it is Zephyros. You can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon a level 5 or higher Blackwing from your hand or deck, then take damage equal to its attack.
Better than Zephyros.
Oh, no, like I said.
That is target monster.
Yes.
Not your monster.
That's what I mean, though, right? Like, this guy is the retrain of Zephyros, but, like, way better. Like, this is a card like Zephyros that actually works for your Blackwing deck. So he bounces a card on the field on normal or special, which is super easy to do. And then if it's in your graveyard, you can banish him to summon a level 5 or higher Blackwing from your hand or deck, but then you take damage equal to its attack. Great way to cheat out your high-level guys from the deck.
Sorry. I got distracted. I just forgot how much I fucking love AUs.
The Ninja Batman designs? I remember them being pretty good when I saw them.
Yeah. I mean, heck,
that's
from memory, people
that's,
going nuts.
Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Flash, Green Lantern. I think that's Jessica Cruz.
The first one, Growl, was voiced by our boy Dio.
Yes.
They had some cool ideas, but like I said,
and then they made the Suicide Isekai, which made me want to kill myself.
Sorry, Dallas distracted me for a little there. That shoved stuff. I can't. I've never watched that series, and I'm never gonna watch that series. But I can't hate that series for existing, because I think that was the first big anime song that Mori Calliope did, and I wish her all the success of the world. She's done OPs and EDs for better anime since then.
I'll say this. I don't know anything about Mori Calliope. That anime, in my opinion, is in my list of top 10 worst anime I have ever seen.
Damn. That's saying something, because I know you've watched.
It would probably be like. It'd probably be like. It's so boring. That's its biggest crime. It is page dry boring.
You hate to see it.
It's literally one episode of like, oh hey, this is a cute idea. You gonna do anything with it? Nope. No, they won't. Sorry. I don't hate a lot of anime, because if I don't like an anime, I usually stop watching it. I don't know why I gave that anime so many chances.
Well, because it was like DC, and like they've done some good things with the Japan crossover.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway.
I'm very open to...
Zonder here is just like... I think they just, like, they did retrain Zephyros, and that means better. Like, the fact that it's a level 6 is not actually a problem because it's special summonable. And unlike Zephyros, Zephyros is a card that's used in non-Blackwing decks a lot because of his weird utility.
And also, a
this guy
big
can only be
level in
used in Synchro
Blackwing, in modern Blackwing, is 10.
Yeah.
Because you want to
10's
hit
a good one.
the major big hits in 10. Blackwing Dragon Assault mode, Blackwing Full Armor Master, Baron de Fleur.
Before it got banned, but yeah. Speaking of which, wasn't specifically called out in the wiki by name because he's got a... The tables exclude the guys who just have generic names because their names are generic, they don't mean anything, but it is time to talk about Full Armor Master. This guy is from the 2018 binge. I believe he is TCG original. Like, he might have been in Arc 5 and just released late. I don't know. I would hope so, because this guy's way cooler than Onimaru. Like, both in terms of... Like, he's not that cool, because he's just Armor Master, but with more Greebles. He has
I don't know. I think he's pretty cool.
He's got a weird Power Ranger sword, and he's got a weird gun, but, like, he's pretty alright as far as Blackwings go. Like, we've seen way shittier. Like, this guy looks... I want to say this. This guy looks Toku in a good way. Like, he looks more Toku on the more Toku side, Tokusatsu, but like I said, in a good way, as a plus.
See, I am not getting Toku from him. You know what my first immediate thought was? Holy fuck, it's a Soul Calibur character.
No, he's got a blaster gun. That's not Soul Calibur.
You know what's my first thought? Even though this guy is technically the first one, I'm thinking of fucking Shura, or whatever the fuck his name was from Tri Brigade. I hate that guy.
Oh, right.
Shurag? Yeah, he does look a little bit like Shurag, because he's a bird guy with a gun, but this guy has a sword. I mentioned it earlier, but like Full Armor Master is a level 10 synchro. He does require a Blackwing tuner, so he's not completely generic. Very smart move, Konami. Very good decision. If this guy was generic, he would be... Well, he would basically have been Baron before Baron. He would have been the best level 10 synchro to synchro summon. But you can only make him in Blackwings logistically. No, not as good as Baron, but like keep in mind this guy came out like 3 or 4 years before Baron. So like
that's true.
Yeah, no, like really good piece to make. He is 3K 3K, so similar stats to Baron. I mean, like I said, requires a Blackwing tuner. He is a tower, so he is unaffected by other cards' effects. Each time an opponent's monster activates an effect, you place a wedge counter on that monster, max 1. Once per turn, you can target a monster your opponent controls with a wedge counter, take control of it. During your end phase, destroy all monsters with a wedge counter. So, like, it does not, it doesn't negate your opponent's monsters like a Baron, but it does mean that if you're going second and make Armor Master on your turn and your opponent activates effects to try and stop you, you are unaffected, so they're all getting wedge counters and they blow up. If you're going first and just make Full Armor Master and sit, your opponent basically will, like, have to, like, figure out how to either out this guy or die, because if it gets to your turn again, like, if it gets to turn 3 while you have an Armor Master and they have a bunch of guys who activated their effect on the board, you're just going to steal their best guy. If you can't kill them, you blow up all their remaining guys. Like, it's a pretty strong card, and like we said, it makes 10 a very good number in Blackwings.
Yeah, I think it's not as quite as mean as most towers are, though.
No, because he's 3K, 3K.
He is only 3K.
Yeah. Obviously, like, this is Blackwing, so you do have to worry, like, is your opponent playing Battle Tricks still? Because Blackwing does have a lot of them. Like, obviously, we did talk about Kalut previously, because that was an OG original Blackwing, like one of the first ones. And I don't know if you still play Kalut, but you could. Your opponent could be playing Kalut, and it would mean that if you try to attack over a Full Armor Master, you're going to get your cheeks clapped. But also, there are a shitload of other guys in this deck who have attack modulation effects. For instance, we talked about Chinook earlier. Chinook is a quick effect if you control a Dark Synchro. So, like, if you are playing Chinook, not that she's, like, the most optimal card to play, but if you're playing Chinook, you could just affect Valor and minus 700 your opponent's big guy when they make a big guy, like a Berserker of the Tenyi or something, to run over this guy. You could just be like, nah, lose 700, as a quick effect.
Man.
So, like, you have battle tricks in this deck to watch out for.
My favorite battle trick in Blackwings is rank up magic launch.
Just make a Raid Raptor.
I'm a dickhead. No, I go from my Ray Raptor XZ into Caliuga.
Oh, yeah, that also works.
Yeah.
And that is the thing we talked about. Like obviously, Blackwings are supposed to be a synchro deck, and they do have a couple more synchro locks. But like technically, you've got enough of a skeleton. You can play them as just a dark deck, and you could be playing Raid Raptors in this for
Oh yeah,
Xyz.
no,
You
I
could be playing Lynx in
100%.
this.
I 100%. My preferred Blackwing build is like I run majority synchro, so I'd probably say like 9 or 8 synchros. But then, like, a 4 Strix, a Y Strix, an Arsenal Falcon, a Caliuga, because it's funny.
I mean, if you got them, you got them. You know, you can do some funny stuff. Let me think. Right, we need to look at the new... I need to pull up the new Black Feather Dragon. But there is technically one more Assault Blackwing, who they literally just fucking added.
Oh, yeah, Blackwing Assault Dragon, yeah. Oh, no.
Kusanagi.
Kusanagi, the useless cards.
He was in the anime, so they're just, like, finally printing him in, like, one of the overframe sets.
But, also, like, one of the ugliest arts, in my opinion. I don't know about you.
I like, he's from the Limit Over collection, but he isn't actually an overframe, I don't think, and I think that's correct. I don't think this guy deserves a frame break.
No.
Unfortunately, he's not out, and we don't have his good art, so I just gotta post you a scan of what he looks like. He's not the worst Assault Blackwing. I'll say that.
No, but that would be hard to do.
Oh, what am I looking at?
But he's not the greatest.
Good.
He's got Konami orbs in his wings. He's got... They might be tassels on his lower chest, but they look like spikes, which is bad. You shouldn't have spikes on the side of your torso. He's doing the asymmetry thing where he's got one fully armored leg and then just one knee pad.
That's fine. My biggest issue is definitely the tassels. Like, what is that choice?
Yeah, that, like... Again, I think it's like an action shot.
That choice is a bad choice.
And then also, his face.
Yeah,
he looks like a cartoon villain.
The thing is that, like, it's... So, I'll pull up his anime for comparison, because it's like they redrew his anime summon pose because he was in 5Ds, but like they made him worse. Like I think he actually looks a little better in the anime. One, because the tassels are clearly tassels and they are hanging straight down. They are not like sticking out. His face is still fucked up though. Like,
yeah, but it's not as bad.
No, they've like redrawn him
looks.
like real. They've done the Konami thing where they like redrawn him really extra with like extra Photoshop filters and like green aura and lightning and shit, and it's just like it makes him look worse, honestly.
Oh yeah, no, he looked bad.
He already looked really dorky.
Yeah, like I would say this is a top 5 worst Blackwing art in my opinion. Like, what would I say is the number 2 worst art we've looked at now? Is this all the way to 2? I'm trying to think.
It's
what would
not
be
great.
the second worst?
Also,
Vector Vortex the Whirlwind is number 1. That's not
that's the worst tonight. I don't know if this guy's the worst tonight, but he's like in my top 5.
He's definitely in my top 5 too. Oh no, there's the little crow with the cyber eyes. Forgot about him.
Yeah, that's right.
And
right.
Gofu.
You can't forget
I also
Rain
forgot
Shadow.
about Gofu.
You can't forget about Gofu. Yeah, this
Gofu.
guy's top 5, but I don't think he's my number 2.
Yeah, he's like 4 or 5.
His name is a pun in Japanese that didn't quite translate into English. It's Murakumo no Kusanagi. If you don't know, Ame no Murakumo sword is like no Sorugi is like one of the names for the Kusanagi blade. So he's just named Kusanagi, but it's like a pun because Murakumo means gathering clouds.
That's fine, but Kusanagi the Gathering Storm is also just a decent name. So like,
it's all right. It's a little generic, but it's fine. It's just a little funny. I think you could have called him Gathering Clouds, but they like to spice up the Assault Blackwing names to sound cooler. The unfortunate thing for this guy's card art is I'm pretty sure this guy is at least a decent thing to think about in Blackwings because he is a number combination you didn't have yet. This is a 9. So it's a 9 synchro, 3K, 1K. It is completely generic 9.
I'm going to disagree, Omega, because 9s are actually fairly hard to make. So I think you could just ignore him. Where he belongs.
I mean, honestly, I think he's a little late is his problem. Like, I think if this guy had come out for some reason in the original, like, Arc 5 era, 2015, 2016, as a 9 with the old school Blackwings, be a great pick. Now it's just like, if I could just make 10s, you've got loads of 4s and 6s or 5s and 5s.
Why would I make this over Armor Master or Assault Dragon? I know we haven't talked about Assault Dragon, but still.
Yeah, we haven't gotten to that guy yet, but we'll bring him up because he's still not technically a Blackwing. But like they've got, you know, some of these new guys. So also, I don't know why this guy wasn't printed because he just has an anime attack. So like after this card he has the usual Assault Blackwing is effective. You use a Blackwing, he's a tuner. He's a level 9 synchro tuner. Cool. The only problem is that all of your fucking Assault Blackwings have that text, so they're all tuners, so you can't even do... Anyway. Sorry, that's just me from a game design perspective hating that all the Assault Blackwings are forced to become tuners. It's dumb. It's gonna fuck up so much shit. It should be optional. It should be you can choose to treat them as a tuner. Anyway, after this card is Synchro Summoned for the rest of this turn, it gains attack equal to the total original attack of Synchro monsters used as material, and then it can attack each of your opponent's monsters once, and it does piercing if you attacks. So this is an anime-ass OTK tool, but in the Pendulum era, where like your opponent might have a board full of guys, like synchro tune out a 9 in Assault Blackwings, you know, like do a 6 and a 3 to make this guy to gain like probably like 2k something attack, make a 5k guy with piercing who can attack a bunch of guys. Decent OTK tool. I don't think Blackwings need this kind of help OTKing anymore, and you have better choices.
Yeah. Unfortunate, but this guy's just kind of bad.
Yeah. No, like it's sad that this guy is being released in Limit Over Collection The Heroes. Like, this should be an anime chronicle card of being like, this is a card we're bringing back from that would never got printed from the anime. He does something, I guess. He completes your collection.
Oh, Mega, you know Blackwing people will buy anything.
Oh, I mean, I know they'll try it, but like,
pointless?
It is true, actually. That's right, Dallas. You weren't here when we did the first Blackwing episode, but this is something Gwen brought up. She said that like before Dark Magician and Blue Eyes got good, Blackwing was the like anime bat chest, you know, point deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, no, I think Blackwing does still have that vibe where it is like Blackwings, hacking Blackwings. Not to say that they're bad, you know, but it is a deck that I think was kind of an anime Andy deck. And so, yeah, somebody will be interested in a Starlight Rare of what's-his-face, of Kusanagi. But, like, he's definitely a card that is, like, literally 10 years too late.
I don't like him.
No.
Yeah.
A card you're also probably not going to like, but I think it's okay because he is Blackwing Dragon, and I think he's supposed to be a little fucked up.
I love
but it's
this
Blackwinged Assault Dragon. I feel like this is kind of a card that's going to be like love him or hate him, but he's a fucked up guy.
This is my aesthetic.
He's a fucked up guy.
This is my aesthetic. This larval alien insect dragon.
Yeah. Yeah, you're making me think of him as a Dark Souls boss, but also works.
No, this isn't a Dark Souls boss. This is if they ever do a sci-fi Dark Souls, that's what this is.
Oh,
this is a Gundam anime.
What was it? The Surge?
Yeah, this is like a Gundam anime. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
yes, this is like this could be like in the new Gundam Rogue Orbit game. By the way, Dallas, you live under a rock, so I don't know if you know, but at Summer Games Fest they announced they're doing a basically like Soul. Okay, you did see that there's a Souls-like Gundam game coming out.
Yes, no, I did. I am a Gundam fan, so I did hear about that.
Ah, okay. So
I am under a rock.
So the Minovsky particles penetrated the rock.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, I have specific code phrases like they get a boost into my chamber, and Gundam is one of them.
Yeah. But anyway, so no, like I said, I don't hate this guy, but I feel like you could easily see this as a love it or hate it art because he is like a weird guy. Because he's still Black Feather Dragon, but like even more weird and big. Honestly, I think he's better though, being bigger and louder. I think he's better.
This is exactly my biomech horror fandom. Like, this is my aesthetic. Like,
yeah.
Like this. The only thing I wish his face was a little more fucked up. Like, I wish it was like half metallic.
I understand. So this is the other guy. Like, this is their newest 10, but this is the guy released in Darkwing Blast. He was the cover card for Darkwing Blast. It is a Dark Dragon synchro, which is why, by the way, that Blackwings don't lock you to winged beasts. He is a level 10, and he's 3228, so pretty decent stats for a 10. And his normal materials are... talking about how, like, I think they gave Onimaru to give Crow, like, a big level 12 guy, and it kind of failed because it's just, like, so anime and dumb. This guy is a much better attempt at that, at doing a upgraded Signer Dragon type guy. 1 tuner synchro monster plus 1 or more non-tuners. Must either be synchro summoned or special summoned from your extra deck by banishing a tuner synchro monster and 1 Blackwing Dragon from your face-up field or graveyard. This, by the way, is why Vata is really good, because he just, like, makes Blackwing Dragon instantly for free, basically, and then you get to put a tuner synchro on the board, and then you just make Assault Dragon. Each time your opponent activates a monster effect, put a Black Feather counter on this card when it resolves, and if you do 700 damage to your opponent. So he's just a Tax Dragon.
Tax Dragon.
Yep. Which is honestly, it's a very annoying effect, but it's a good effect. Like, I can't tell you, because this was a structure deck in Master Duel. I have seen people run this brew, and, like, you can get Tax Dragoned.
I think Yu-Gi-Oh! Players are babies when it comes to Tax Dragon effects. I think that's, like, literally one of the more healthy things you can do in Yu-Gi-Oh! Compared to, like, hey, you can't do anything.
I mean, listen, as a guy who's done a lot of the old school Tax Dragoning with Red Eye's Flare Metal, like, and I still have decks that work with that guy.
Metal's boss.
Like, a lot of that deck is just, like, your opponent, like, doesn't learn. Like, they don't... Like, your opponent doesn't know enough about their own combo to know, like, where they can shortcut or how to get to, like, removal fast enough. So they end up burning themselves out because they can't, like, figure out how to get rid of your guy first. That is your own fault.
I love seeing my... This is one of my favorite archetypes in Magic, is essentially letting your opponents dig too greedily and too deeply and then combust. Yeah. It's one of my favorite things to do. Just be like, no, pay life for cards.
And then also, Blackwing Assault Dragon also says, during your opponent's turn, quick effect, you contribute this card with 4 or more Black Feather counters on it, destroy all cards in the field. So he is also Blackwing's Dragon on your opponent's turn, if he has enough counters.
Yes.
So, like basically, you get to let your opponent, like, ding themselves for a shitload of life, and then at any time your opponent starts making a play that you don't like, you're like, no, board, go bye-bye. Cards, don't need them.
He's just such a...
This is a phenomenal card design. And, like, honestly, like I said, I have to double-check the rankings. I don't think Blackwing really popped as, like, a deck in 22, no. Unfortunately, because, like...
No.
2021, 2022 Yu-Gi-Oh! Crazy high power. Like, let me check the other decks that are in there. Yeah, this is still in the branded era, so, like... Branded Runic Tri-Brigade support, so, like, new adventurer stuff.
Omega, what's the best deck right now?
RDA?
No, it's also branded.
Actually, true. I think there's a new Draco Tail branded brew that's. Yeah, no. Branded, unfortunately, Branded has suffered from the same curse as Sky Striker. Somebody at Konami really likes Branded, and Branded-related stuff and characters, I think, like, sells merch in, like, Japan. So, unfortunately, we are going to be stuck with 5 million years of Albaz.
Yes.
Also, I also forgot, Darkwing Blast introduced Bestials and Kashtira's. So, our poor Bestials in the same set as an all-dark set. Blackwing was unfortunately cooked before it ever got out the gate.
I mean, to be fair, the Blackwing
Oh no, like
Play
you
Bestials.
use Bestials, but the problem is that like your deck is also super susceptible on the crack to Bestials. Like
Yeah.
you can
No,
actually get your
Bestials were a mistake.
shit blasted.
It-
No, Bestials
is
suck
it
ass,
fair
and
to say
I'm so glad
it
that
fair
like
to
all
call-
of them are still at like 1 in Master Duel. Like they're so
Isn't
annoying.
it fair to call Bestials the worst design mistake in Yu-Gi-Oh? Because I think it might be.
Are they the worst? They're really bad. Like for modern Yu-Gi-Oh, like they are one of the worsts. Like I mean, I will say this, like Darkwing Blast is just a who's who of fucking annoying ass decks. Like there's Draco Slayer, Draco Overlord support. There's fucking they added the new support for like Runics were in this. There were new Sprite cards
like
and Tier Limits
Runic.
cards in this.
I know.
You like
I know
Runic
they're
because
bad.
you're a deck freak. Like you're the correct kind of
I
guy.
know.
I trust you with Runic. I don't trust other people with Runic. Though I do want to say, I mentioned this earlier, but you weren't here yet, Dallas. I have been playing a little of the YCS qualifiers in Master Duel because you get a shitload of gems of them, not because I think I'm good. I'm playing Enneacraft. I ran into a guy trying to play fucking Runic Stun in the year 2026, activated DeFi, summoned What's-Her-Face to add the field spell. Technically, they were playing Runic Radiant Typhoon, but they had Runic cards in there. They tried to activate the fusion card. My only non-Enneacraft in hand was Dominus Purge, so I hit him with the Purge, and they ended their turn, and then I just fucking... I had 3 whale in my hand. I had 3 of the big-ass whale. I just started summoning Enneacrafts, and they quit, and I'm like, deserved. You deserve that. You're trying to play Runic Stun this year?
Yeah,
God.
Runic's pure Runic. I mean, I guess Radiant.
I mean, it
That's
was
so
Radiant
boring.
Typhoon, so there is synergy with the quick plays, but, like, they didn't actually use any of the Radiant Typhoon cards. They, like, set an MST, that was it, and, like, searched one later. Like, it's...
No,
they
my
were
favorite
clearly
Runic.
leaning heavily on the Runics.
My favorite Runic build currently. What is my favorite Runic build currently? I've done some weird shit with Runics. I'm once again asking Konami to put. I really like Runic Dark Magician. It's really funny.
I mean, Runic Dark Magician is a really good combo because to summon fucker from the extra deck, you just have to have a spellcaster and activate a spell card effect. That's really easy with Runics.
Runic Striker's boring to me.
No, I think, unfortunately, that's the thing, right, Dallas? Like, most of the common hybrids are boring. They're dull because, like, everybody's doing them because they're strong and you see them a lot. Honestly,
I would once again,
it's been almost fucking 10 years since Sky Striker came out, I think. Sky Striker anything is boring. I understand there are some diehards who, like we always say this, I want to investigate your internet history. If you're playing you're simping for Sky Striker this hard.
I know people
but I'm over
hate. I know people hate Branded. Branded is a billion times better than Sky Striker, in my opinion, in terms of like enjoyable.
No,
to play
like
against.
I don't like pure Branded because like that is a like almost like a it's 6-year nostalgia, so it's a little weird, but it's almost like a nostalgia cope deck. It's like, oh, you're still activating Branded Fusion. Cool, great. Oh, you're gonna summon a Luber. Neat. I think you can do interesting things with Branded. Branded Draco Tail was pretty strong, but then they banned some of those cards, so you had to get a little freakier with the card selection.
Runic's really funny right now.
Sorry, what was that? You broke up a little. Runic what?
Runic Sacred Beast.
Ooh, yes. No, that sounds funny. I like
Runic
that.
Sacred Beast is very funny.
Like, I like funny decks.
That's an interesting one, actually. Sacred Beast Runic? What the fuck?
I mean, the Runic deck I've played the most is Runic Magic Musket, which just works.
Yeah.
But Konami,
No,
I'm once again asking you, please put Tip to 1 and Fountain to 2, please.
Oh God,
it's much funnier. It's much more fun. But Tip's at 2, Fountain's at 1, so I'm just saying reverse it.
Actually, yeah, no, I think you probably should reverse it that way. Because, like, having 2 Fountain is a lot because of the way they, like, you can loop Fountain. But also, like, if Tip's already at 2, 2's that's a weird one. Anyway, what I wanted to say, though, also earlier was, like, I think, like, Runic Musket is, like, what Konami intended to do the deck. Or Konami was being psycho mode and intended you to play it as a pure mill strategy, which is like how a lot of people read the cards when they were previewed. And then, as people brought up, the better way to interpret Runic is it's every single card is instant fusion, which is crazier, better. Anyway, so there's a card though I want to bring up. This is a synchro card that came out this year, recently actually. It's in Burst Protocol, but it was I saw it in a recommended list of cards for Blackwing, and I'm like, oh shit, this actually works. This is Stormbane Dragon Destorbim. Rankiryu Destubimu.
Excuse you, Gesundheit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me post this in chat.
You had an episode there. The funny thing about Sacred Beast, just one last thing, sorry.
Yeah,
the funny thing about Sacred Beast Runic is you have to run 4 field spells, I think. Because you run Fountain, Fallen Paradise, Nightmare Throne, and... okay, it's just 3 field spells.
Okay, it's 3, but that's a little goofy. I mean, you could make it 4. You could play Mound of the Bound. You don't got to, though.
It'd be very fun.
Anyway... Stormbane Dragon Destorbim is a new level 11 Dark Dragon Synchro. And I think that's why I see it recommended a lot, because an 11 shouldn't be too tough to make in some combination of Blackwing, but you don't actually have, like, official good 12s, so, 11's not a bad number. 11, honestly, I think has been a pretty underrepresented Synchro number. Like, for a long time, it was, like, Star Eater was the only good one. This is 3K, 28. It's completely generic. Your opponent can't target it with card effects. You use each of the following effects once per turn. Banish any number of dark monsters from your graveyard that can't be normal summoned or set. Banish that many cards your opponent controls. This is funny because you do actually have, I think a couple of those in Blackwing OG, but also it works for your Synchro monsters. This is a quick effect. Your opponent controls more cards than you do. If this card's sent to the graveyard, special summon one of your banished dragon monsters. So, this can work as an alternative because, as mentioned, you can just bin a Black Feather Dragon from your extra deck to do stuff, to do weird stuff, and, you can float it back with Desperbim if it's been summoned properly to do stuff. I think it's mostly just here because it's, an untargetable 3K guy that's an 11. The math might work out, but, I don't hate him as a card to play in Blackwing, and this is, like I said, this is a brand new Yu-Gi-Oh card I'd never seen before, so I was like, oh shit, we should mention this guy.
His design, while I want to say it's neat, also just weirds me out.
It's a little bit of everything.
A little bit
weird,
long,
fucking thin, angular dragon man body leading up to 3 Hydra long neck things.
It is a bit goofy.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Ass Dragon. Oh, sorry, I'm yawning. We've been doing this a little bit. Time? Yeah, 3.5. We've been doing 3.5. We're winding down now, though. Chat. Spoilers. We've mentioned the 2 continuous spell cards because they are Blackwing's equivalent of the necessary field spell. I don't actually think, did they ever give Blackwings a field spell? I don't even remember. Blackwing actually has a lot of really good spells and traps. Really foundational spells and traps. One of the first trap cards you can activate from your hand. But there's also too many of them. We're not going to do it. Most of the art is pretty boring. Just know that they have a really good spell trap foundation.
Yeah. I would like to do one just because I think it's one of my favorite fucking arts ever. Because it makes
if you have a good art to bring
sense.
up, hit me with it.
Can we please do Blackbird Close?
Okay, you want to do Blackbird Close. Okay, we can do that.
That is the only one I want to do because the art and the name it's fucking funny.
That's fair, and that is kind of the ultimately iconic one. But unfortunately, a lot of the other Blackwing spell cards are shit like cards from Black Feathers, which is just some feathers.
Or Blackwing Twin.
Can I just? Sorry, before we move on from whatever the fuck this guy is on screen.
Yeah.
Oh, King Ghidorah.
Yeah. Timu King Ghidorah. Is anyone else getting the vibes of the middle head, the way it's looking in position? Getting vibes of fucking Unchained Chimera?
Oh god, it does look like an Unchained.
I mean, this guy does have the Chimera heads is the thing, right? He has dragon, bird, lion.
Well, he has 2 of the Chimera heads, but
it's not literal to the earliest myths, but the the dragon substituted for snake is a pretty common one.
But it's also bitch made because snakes are better than dragons.
Boy, you're in the wrong chat for that.
Nah,
But
man, you
anyway,
need the goat.
The goat head would be pretty funny. But yeah, we're gonna talk about Blackbird close though, because like Dallas is correct. This is the funniest card art I think a Blackwing.
Yeah, I think it's one of the funniest card arts in Yu-Gi-Oh because of what it is.
Is that one of the birds on like a bike plane?
No. That's Crow on his dual bike.
No, it's not. Oh wait.
Or is it the guy before Crow? Because there was a guy who used Blackwings before him.
I think it is literally a Blackwing plane, a Blackbird plane.
No, Dallas. It is a dual runner. Because it's based on an anime screenshot of Crow.
Then it's Crow.
His dual runner is called the Blackbird, and he escapes the cops in episode 30 by flying on his dual motorcycle, which can also fly. GTA 5 ass.
That makes this much less funny. To me,
that said, you can still say it's very funny because the card art's real goofy. Like, there's so much extra shading on it that like they redrew the anime panel, but they did it in a weird way that makes it more fucked up. You can't tell if this is the front or back of the bike.
I'll say what I thought this card always was. And the fact that it's the dual runner makes me sad. So I always thought this was a Blackbird jet plane just bombing a city.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So here's the anime screenshot for comparison. Let that percolate to the stream.
Yeah, that makes me much more sad. Because...
But that's the thing, right? Like I said, I think this card art's still goofy because they redrew that anime screenshot I just showed in a way that, like, it's way more ambiguous for some reason. Like, this... It's drawn with, like, sunset colors, but the sun is so high, it does look like a bomb going off.
And also, the sun is so bright.
Yeah, like I'll post it permanently in the FP chat of, like, that's kind of what it looks like in the anime, but even then, it's still smaller, and it's not, like, washing out the sky as much. Like, it's so weird. Anyway, this is the card, though, that I did talk about that's, like, crazy. This is a counter trap that says when a monster your opponent controls activates its effect, send a Blackwing you control to the graveyard, negate its activation, and destroy it. Then special summon Blackwing Dragon from your extra deck. This is basically Crow's version of Starlight Road. If you control a Blackwing Synchro monster or Blackwinged Dragon, you can activate this card from your hand. So, like, it's the archetype Omni Negate, except it's only monster effects. But it is destroy that card, then summon Blackwinged Dragon, and it's a hand trap. Little crazy. But this is like one of the iconics. I think the other one I would be thinking of is, like, what was it? They had an archetype Mirror Force because Mirror Force was banned. Was that Black Sonic?
But that art looks awful.
No, that art is just the problem I said, like, why we're not doing all of them. Most of the art is just, like, generic weird stuff. I will just mention the effect of Black Sonic. Black Sonic says when your opponent's monster declares an attack on a Blackwing, you banish all face-up attack monsters your opponent controls. You don't even destroy them or target them. So it's really nasty, but it's only for Blackwings. If you control exactly 3 Blackwings and no other monsters, you can activate this effect from your hand. If this card said if you control 3 or more Blackwings and no other monsters, like no non-Blackwings and at least 3 Blackwings, and you can activate it from your hand, this card would be seeing play today. Like... Obviously, battle tricks are a little outmoded. Not all outmoded, but, you know, if you leave them face down on your back row, your opponent has a chance to remove them by dismantling your board. However, if you could keep this in your fucking hand, blast their ass. What, are people still playing it in 26?
There's other... No.
Oh, no, it's a different spell trap you want to talk about. Okay.
There's other... Well, no, there's one other Blackwing support trap. It's my favorite Blackwing support trap.
Oh, I was gonna say. Okay. I'm like, it's either Icarus attack or and then the image Alice posted loaded. It's EEV. Yeah, no, you can play EEV on this deck.
It's so
I mean,
funny.
my favorite EEV vehicle is Labyrinth.
True, but that's also one of the best EEV victims.
That reminds
me. Mirror is miserable. having played that a lot of
So that's
Master Duel.
EEV. Oh, trap. Labyrinth
Because-
explodes.
I have to blind Omega with this picture now.
Sorry, I'm yawning again. I need to refill my water, but it's okay. We're coming to the end of the stream. Next week we're gonna do the
40K?
yeah, the MTG 40K. I mentioned why to chat
I
last week.
don't. Wait, hold on. I don't know if I'll be able to do it next week.
If you're not
If I have to
available,
do
we'll
30.
postpone it to our next available time period.
Yeah, I
But
think I have a
we're-
doctor's appointment on that day.
Okay, that's fair. So we're gonna run the MTG the 40K commander decks as soon as we have an open slot, basically. So we'll let you guys know when we work that out.
And
Other
then
than
we
that,
have
I have
finally
no
have
idea
MTG
what.
Marvel.
Ooh, they finally released
That
it.
just
Okay, yeah.
dropped.
We'll have to see about the
Yeah.
scheduling for that as well, because I know Gwen said she wanted to be on. It's very funny how last week I told myself I was gonna say Gwen instead of Vesper for branding, and I fucked it up a couple of times when she was here. Now that she's not here, and like I think the internet's been fucked the whole day, I'm like, I could say it perfectly. Shit's goofy. Also, you can hear my voice dying a little bit.
Yeah, okay, let's go.
It's been three and a half hours. We're gonna get out of here. I don't know exactly what we're gonna do next week if Dallas is busy. We'll think of something Yu-Gi-Oh related. Maybe I'll start with nothing but the Genesis Point yap about, and then go from there. You know, I can talk about whatever. Maybe there'll be some new cards to talk about. They're previewing new archetypes. One of those cards is gonna have to get super censored in the TCG because it's a sexy Ashura lady who's got titties and her grippers are out. Actually, let me see if I can find that card. Let me show it to you before Konami of America gets to it, chat. And that's where we'll end. But we don't usually like to do brand new archetypes per se, because they're not always like complete when they get shown. But I'll try and grab that new archetype art just so you can see what we're dealing with. But there are some new things going on. I think they announced some new stuff for a bunch of things. Like there's a bunch of new Atlanteans they're gonna do in Beyond the Brave the next set, including Daedalus is getting retrained. But they also announced a brand new archetype. These new let's see, The Japanese name is literally Asutra, so like Asura plus Sutra, but I do like that YG Organization for once is like, hey, this is a Japanese Buddhist theme. We have no idea what the fuck these names are going to be. But here is the card. They're worms, by the way. They're a new Synchro Worm deck. It's literally Sword Soul Tool, the cooler Sword Soul. But this is the card art that is gonna get like hella censored. This chick has underboob and has a foot out.
Yep.
I don't know if they'll censor the foot. I feel like
I don't think they'll actually censor the foot because like that's a weird internet meme fetish thing.
that's just ignoring. That's just acknowledging it. Like, hot take. I don't think we should censor breasts much either. But that's a different societal problem.
Yeah, that's something that I don't know that I also agree because I especially because usually the censorship is like very unnecessary. It really does just like draw attention to the fact that
I
you
think
did
the thing
something.
that drove me over the edge of just being completely against censorship was I can't remember what company did the male presenting nipples thing. Do you remember that?
That
Am I
was
crazy?
Tumblr. That was Tumblr's porn ban. Was
Tumblr,
like female
right.
presenting
That was
nipples
it.
versus
Yeah,
male presenting nipples.
Yeah, that was the one that I was just like, all right, I'm done.
They
Censored
tried
was stupid.
to be woke about it, but it came off as still weird and prudish. No, and really fucked up Tumblr's shit. Like if you look at the chart of like how the internet has gotten to where it is right now,
it killed Tumblr.
that is one of the things that like caused problems because it caused a huge Tumblr exodus. Like not to necessarily say that Tumblr people are all bad, but they had a very different vibe, and a lot of the people who were on Tumblr for that left and like went other places and commingled with people leaving other forums for other shit.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing. Anyway.
I think
Hey, I'm raising my hand. Hello, I'm one of those people who laugh.
I think this is not controversial to say. I think Tumblr is one of the least bad social media sites.
Right now? Yeah, probably.
It's bad,
No,
but it could
past?
be worse.
Ever. I think Omega.
I mean, if you're saying
said
of all
least
time,
bad
there
for a
are
reason.
some really bad social media
Like,
sites of all time.
I wouldn't like Twitter, 4chan, 2chan, AnyChan,
Chris Chan. Sorry.
yeah. What are some other?
Anyway,
I
no,
think
I get what you
Facebook
mean.
is worst.
We don't need to run them off.
Yeah.
Facebook is for your grandparents.
Unfortunately,
like-
it's not. It's also for like the worst people.
Yeah, the people who aren't your grandparents who stayed are AI bro shills and rightoids, so it sucks. But anyway, that's because I saw this argument on a podcast, and I'll say it because fuck you, Mark Zuckerberg. But Mark Zuckerberg became like a pocket, rightoid crypto fascist, just because. So Facebook did crack down on election conspiracy stuff in 2020, but I believe this wholeheartedly. The current White House did not give him like a special good boy gold star. They were just like, cool, you did something you're supposed to do. And then, hey, we're now in the year 2026. Like, that's like, I think a lot of our problems are due to not just the fact that billionaires exist, but also that sucks. But also, all of the richest people in the world are huge fucking nerds who want people to like them. And it turns out you can't spend money to make people like you and think you're cool. So unfortunately, you are just all losers.
Because it's my favorite thing ever because it just shows you what an incompetent, utter social failure he is. My personal favorite document of all of the Epstein files that got released was all of the stuff proving that Elon Musk had never been to
That's
Epstein's
right,
Island
Elon Musk
because
was
they
too
all
much of a dork
fucking hated
to
them.
get into the
They all
secret
fucking
cabal.
hated Elon Musk. So they were just like, just ignore this prick. Like, it's the funniest thing ever. It's like, you are
He is
completely
too
innocent
much
because
of a fucking
everyone
chud.
hated you.
Oh god.
It's like the
I
biggest
wish Elon
backhanded
Musk a very
compliment
happy
ever.
step on a Lego.
I wish Elon Musk a very happy.
I
playing
hope
Get
that
Lost
he
at Sea.
he strikes all of his toes on every piece of furniture he owns, of which he must own much.
Much nicer.
Perhaps he shall run over his foot with his own Tesla auto drive.
I think Elon Musk is the most pathetic billionaire. I don't think he's the most evil billionaire, but he is the most pathetic
He is the
billionaire
biggest dork.
because
That's
you know the entire reason he went over to the right is, right?
It's cause
It genuinely is because his daughter came out as transgender and he did not know how to handle that.
It's like
biggest debate.
that's a
in
lot of
the entire
problem with
world.
people like and the reason why trans people in sports became a right-wing talking point in 24 was because of Elon Musk. The American right didn't actually give a shit about that until social media manipulation and blah blah blah. That's another thing about the files that is really weird is that like the like alt-right push in spaces like 4chan is like it's a fucking psyop. Like it's not to say those places weren't like an annoying breeding ground for that kind of thing, but like it is actually like a psyop. It was like a fucking strategy meeting. The internet sucks, and this is a different podcast that we can do a different time. This has been Fail Portrayal. We'll see you tomorrow for Final Fantasy 14. I will probably be more crafting and more custom deliverying. You can't stop me, chat.
This was such a huge tangent.
Hey, it's a Dallas episode. It's what we do, man. It's real life politics or it's JoJo. But I do want to end the episode because I need to get into Vintage Story, and also I need to refill my I'm thirsty. My voice is dying. So we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in. Check out more of our Fail Portrayal backlog. If you missed last week's Fail Portrayal about Blackwings, hit us up. We'll see you guys out there. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye. Bing bye.
Bye.
I will tell you ahead of time.